this is a bad game because even though we won, because I mean you'll see,
Okay.
we won, but I feel like this was a very bad game for me.
There's a reason for, like, when I was talking about bad games, just because you win doesn't mean it's a good game. Like, it's just how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Because I've had games where I lose, and I'm like, I feel so much better than any win I've had.
Mhm.
It's fine.
That's it.
Something I've been noticing, I'm just finding things out, because I'm curious if you feel different. It feels like you don't
Oh,
always
that's
have intent on what you're trying to do with your actions. Because it feels like you're waiting for things to happen around you.
Mhm.
Which is fine-ish.
Yeah.
I'm
This
not too
was
concerned about it.
against. This was against what was it? Coalition. They ended up beating us, but basically, what was it? We were getting completely diffed by them mechanically, so I ended up just
Okay.
switching to
That's why you
playing
were a bit
really
timid.
boring, and they just kept running into me.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. That would make sense.
And that it like what's it? You'll see. I've the two Ludi sets. I feel like I play pretty different. In this one, I'm a lot more timid, whereas against I think the other one was against Public and Enemy. I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah, okay, that tracks. Also, I'm laughing because like, last week I did a coaching session with them. Or I guess it'd be 2 weeks ago because
Oh,
I took a break, but
yeah.
just the timing of that makes me laugh. Let's see. I honestly might look at your other bad game because I want to see if.
Yeah.
Because the issue I'm running into with this is when you're playing timid, it's harder for me to pick up on things. I'll bounce back to this after. I just want to see.
Oh
I can
yeah.
start and bounce
Me
around
as
some
well.
stuff. Which this is the benefit of having 5 replays.
Yeah. This one was just. Oh, I remember this one. This was awful. Same team, but
I mean, hey, if you're playing with confident,
problem we just did not get in.
okay. I can work with that though. Let's see.
It's a pretty short one because it's a zones KO. I think we got pretty lucky with the open though.
So I'm curious because I don't think
Waited way too long here.
you said explicitly in the forum because I don't think I've asked it super explicitly. When you're playing, what are you trying for? Because when I asked you to describe yourself as a player, you just said chaotic, which I can see it.
Yeah, that's kind of like what's it? The kind of crossroads I've been at. Every single like what's it? First, the longest time. So I'm mainly from NSC, which is like college in the UK Splatoon. That's how I got started, and I got blessed with being on a team with a really, really good player. So despite I've always kind of just played instinctually, and obviously when you have when they have a godly backline, they learned my habits and were able to completely foster everything that I do. And I feel like I always get I always get told that like mechanically I'm doing really well. It's just a case of I don't know whether I need. It's a case of I need to stop playing just fully instinctually and be more of some of the game plan, or just figure out just figure out what I'm doing instinctually and think about it rather than just being mind off. Go for it.
There, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no. That was about the 4 point.
Like, but that's totally fair. Considering you said your goal is playing more chaotic, it's better to break down what you're doing in like when you're playing instinctually, and figure out how you can add on to that instinct and cover things that you don't typically have. I say that because you probably know my background. You probably know who I am.
Yeah. That was part of the appeal. Was like, oh, this will probably be good.
Yeah. Like I'm coming from having coached Stormy a lot because Stormy has been really similar, where she plays a lot on instinct. And a lot of what we focused on is how can we break down the instinct to explain what's happening and build on top of it. So like, one of the things Stormy really liked doing in the past was being point blank and just out movement or just movement different than the enemy player in a 1v1. Which is totally fair. We can work on that. And then we would break down all the stuff with movement, and then we'd add things on. So like I noticed Stormy didn't use walls a lot, so we added that on, and then we were just compiling up. Because if your goal is to be chaotic, like this is gonna make sense, but some people don't fully catch it. You can't think your way into being chaotic. You have to feel your way into
Yeah,
being chaotic.
exactly. Like I just it's just a case of what's it like I don't know. It's difficult because
Oh, it is.
it's not something I really described to myself. It was what was it? It was everyone that I played with would always just say it to me, like, "Oh, you play super chaotically." It's like, thanks. I don't know what that means, but I guess that's my thing now.
Fair. I mean, we can break that down if you want, because it sounds like, just from what you've been describing, it sounds like more so the thing that would help you is figuring out what you're trying to do to know how you can build on top of it, compared to, oh, well, I've had all these things prescribed to me. Now what?
Yeah.
Because, like, we can break down chaotic, because I guess the question I'd ask you is, in game, what do you like doing? Like, in your perfect game, what
Uh,
would you be doing most of the time?
my perfect game is my ideal perfect game is basically just it's difficult because it really it depends on who I'm playing with. I feel like if I'm playing with like what's it maybe a more aggressive team, I honestly don't even mind not getting many. I just want to be an attention whore. I
Mhm.
just want to be. But my okay no actually my goal in any game I play, I think I mentioned this in VC a lot, is I want to be the player that the enemy team has to call out and stress out the most. Because that's both that just brings up so much pressure
Mhm.
for everyone else playing, and it allows me to do some other stuff I
Yeah.
like to do.
Mind if I throw something
Mhm.
into the term chaotic then? If we're working on that
Go for it.
definition, I think something that you
Mhm.
value is being attention grabbing. Um, because like
Yeah.
as you're saying, it's the thing that you have to stress about, but
Mhm.
also considering how people around you have described your playstyle, um, it's weird because chaos. There's a few different ways that chaos actually happens, especially in the game. But one thing is you're just like you're doing a lot of things at once, and you're the most visual thing on the map, and it looks chaotic
Mhm.
because you're doing so many things at once. Um, I say that because I want to break down the term so you know, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, or this is what I like to build
Yeah,
up
yeah.
on it, compared to just this is what you're doing wrong, fix this. Because I hate that approach of coaching.
Oh yeah, no. I get it.
It has its place, but because yeah, okay,
Mhm.
that gives me a sign. That gave me
Yeah.
a few gives me a few cues I can look at for
Mhm.
because I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna just use the term chaotic because it's very easy and convenient to work with. Um,
Mhm.
because like when I'm watching, like here, let me back up a bit because I have enough cues to look for, I think.
Mhm.
Because when I was watching you play, there'd be moments
Mhm.
where you go forward a shark, and it feels like you're wanting to go forward. Um,
Mhm.
it's hard to tell exactly why. It's kind of just a I'm used to picking up on intent from coaching. Um, in this is my prediction going from now and seeing some stuff here and looking at the good games and some stuff that'll help you going forward is figuring out how can you keep doing whatever you're wanting to and go with your intent because it feels like you're fighting your intents. So like here, let me
Mhm.
try to find a spot. Arguably, I didn't need to restart the entire thing, but eh. Because like right here, I can point this out. It feels like you aren't sure what you're wanting to go for, which is totally fine. Um, and like I'm gonna point some stuff out
Mhm.
because welcome to what I was talking about of breaking down instincts. Because realistically, there's three possible lines you can take. I know you can back up. I'm going to disregard this because backing up now makes zero sense.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and all of these lines make sense, and I want to just talk about them because if you enjoy being like getting attention and forcing attention onto you, knowing the differences is helpful. Um,
Mhm.
because there's a mix of options with this. Because like with this line, I'm going to say it's arguably the most forceful line you can take. Because in taking this, it's pretty much saying if something is around here, you're going to fight it, and it has to fight back, or it's going to die. Um, going this way, we're going to ignore the bomb here because I'm just focusing on the direction more so than the exact situation. If you're going this way, this is trying to get attention and almost trap the enemy team, if that makes any sense. Because like you can go here, and if you rotate over to here, you more or less cut this entire side off from the enemy team. So they're stuck here for teammates. Um, which yeah, I know that's boring, but it's valuable. And then you have the middle route of this is kind of just the in between. This is just a I
Mhm.
want to fight, but I'm not too committed to anything. And I'm not going to say this is terrible, but this is kind of it doesn't do anything special if that makes any sense. And that's what makes it special
Yeah.
is it does nothing special.
I
But like
believe
genuinely,
that's more or less the line I take. Yeah, I begin to start
yeah,
trying to because
like
I see there's a bit of and I move
Yeah.
over right
And
there.
the thing I want to point out here is it feels like you're waiting for things to happen around you. Because like, if your goal is you want to get their attention, right? And I'm going to admit in talking about this, some of this is going to be colored from being an Asian player. Look right here. We know something's over here, right? If your goal is to draw attention, there's a few things that you can do. But I think you want to take this fight here no matter what if your goal is to draw attention. Look here, let me flip over to overhead and talk about it. Because, and this is some of the stuff that I want to talk about with, like, intent and why that matters and stuff like that. Because what I'm saying is I think going forward like this makes sense. Even in accepting the fact that you might die. And I want to talk about it considering what you're saying of you want attention to be onto you. So you know your tent's coming this way because you saw tent shield. And ideally your tent should be calling this, right? So for the enemy team, if you push in, they have a few options. One is to go back, and the second is actually they just have to fight you. Which on paper feels terrible because like yeah, if I get fought there, I die. But realize if they fight you, they're trapped in this corner.
Yeah, no, and that's the
And like
and actually before to go like that down.
if they're trapped in that corner, I'm just saying, you got your wish.
Yeah,
Your teammate is gonna.
got a real wish there. Jeez.
The other thing you can do, if you just want to lean into chaos, I didn't need to back up this much. Oops. So instead
Okay,
of
we have the fast forward feature.
truly, instead of just going this way, you can also go this way and then rotate behind like this. So talking about some stuff with it because I don't know how you play instinctually yet because we haven't looked at the good games. Because that's typically a better indicator of stuff. Like taking this line, what this does is it allows you to. It's more or less the most attention grabbing thing you can do because it's not a direct fight, but it's threatening everything. Because going this way, you threaten both of these players because you're in range and they don't know if you're going to commit to the fight on them. And same with NZAP here. And like let's say they don't do anything about you back here, right? If you say like you can say here and suddenly they're trapped on this side and they're stuck in mid. And then you can rotate behind, you can clear out, you can push back in and force them into your team. So there's a few ways you can play it out. And I'm going to talk about something because I know something that a lot of instinctual players like, which is being able to mix and match. Because that's how you typically lean on instinct and mask your intent. Because masking your intent is kind of important.
Yeah,
Keep in mind you
do
can
the
always do
same.
something like
If you-
this in Squid Roll and roll over, and you're in the same spot. Because like just because you're getting in someone's face doesn't mean you have to fight them. Which I know that's such an obvious thing, but it's so easy to in the moment be like, oh, I just need to fight them. Especially with Dapple, where yeah, that thing fights. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
point
I
that
can
out
always just.
because I'm gonna back up a little, and I want you to watch your own gameplay. It feels like you don't have an idea that you're looking for, but it feels like you know an idea that you have. Like it feels like you know you want to do
Yeah.
something, but you don't know what you want to do. Like I'm not gonna say this; it's terrible. Like in waiting here, you almost make it harder to get going later on. Because something with playing fast, because there's a few reasons that you'd play fast, and there's a few pros and cons with playing fast. But right now, because you've given the NZAP a few seconds to like just say, "Hey, this is my spot. I know that a push is coming. I'm just gonna hold here, right?" NZAP is critically aware of this entire area now. A few reasons for it, but the big thing is like when you're playing a game, it's okay. I know that people will typically come from these spots. I'm going to rapidly check between them. And you're like primed to respond to it, which increases response time and all sorts of other nerdy shit. But more or less, in waiting here, it makes it harder for you to get going later. Like I don't remember if you died here, but I think you probably should. I stand corrected. But if you also just sit here, I think that's part of why. Yeah. Like I will acknowledge you get you end up getting the kill, but what does it really do? Is my question.
Yeah.
No, like genuinely, because the kill is good, but like, in waiting this long, like, what are you looking for in waiting this long to get the kill? Considering you can get it earlier.
As obviously, I think it was just again playing safe against a team that I thought we were gonna get totally mech diff by,
No,
but
that's fair.
I can't let that happen. What was it? It was definitely because I remember in this set, I was like mentally, I was really struggling for a
Mhm.
while. I think this is one of the games where it was like that. Because what was it? Basically, our team is like a bunch of people trying to pitch in suggestions, and
Mhm.
what's it? The word game plan gets thrown about like every single second,
Oh
and
no.
I was really fretting. Yeah, I was stressing so much about like what do I need to be doing? I need to be thinking about what I'm doing, or else we're
No, no,
cooked.
no.
But then what was it? Yeah, the moment the literally like it was after this game we had a humpback game in Rainmaker where what was it? I think our pen play was just like, it's fine, you've got this, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I just completely dropped thinking about that, started just playing the way I'm more used to, and I'm fine.
Yeah, no, this is what I'll say in regards to playing more on Instinct, because I'm watching you play and I can tell that you play on Instinct, which isn't a bad thing, it just is. Um, the thing with Instinct is you do all of your thinking before the game in your practice. When it's time to go, you stop thinking and just
Yeah.
go. I, like, literally, when you're playing, the only thought that you should have is, I'm the best player in the world, and I'm gonna prove it. I'm not
That is
kidding, that
how
is,
that is how I prefer to play. I mean,
like,
that's how I've been conditioned to play at this point.
yeah, like, it just when you get the chance to, it's just go in with the mindset of, I am just as good, if not better than the enemy team, I just need to prove it. And if you don't prove it, that's
Yeah.
fine. We go back over it and review. We change your thought process, and then you go back out and prove it again.
Okay.
Like, I,
That's really reassuring,
I say that 'cause
honestly.
it's like a lot of people try to overthink it because it's weird in discussion how a lot of it tends to happen. More instinctual players almost stay quiet and will just go with whatever's happening, and they'll try to adapt to it because a lot of the logical thinkers are thinking it because in talking because they can explain their thoughts, which has pros and cons. It's great because it's really easy to teach. Because like I'm sure you can tell, I'm more of a logical thinker. I know how to play off of instinct, but I typically play more off of logic, in thoughts. Um, eh, but it doesn't work for everyone. So like, if try something, and if you realize, hey, this isn't working for me, just drop it. Drop it, play how you normally do, and mess around with it after the set. Sorry, that's kind of a. If your goal is to win, you really should mess around with it after and do what you're comfortable with, unless it's a, hey, we have
Yeah.
to urgently change something. Like typically the benefit of playing off of instinct is you know what when something's gonna work, and you'll play confident off of your own instinct. So I just bring that
Yeah.
up because you were saying that like you're worried about getting mechanic diffed, and it's like go forward if you get mechanic diffed, who cares? You're gonna
Who
mechanic
cares?
them,
Yeah.
diff them back eventually.
uh, no, no, genuinely. Yeah, that kind of mindset. It's just something you got to work on. My
It's hard.
confidence is very.
It's hard.
My confidence fluctuates. So, if you told me when I started playing comp that I would be a frontline aggro dapple, I would be so confused.
I can feel that. Uh,
Because
something.
I wanting to be support, and I'm here now. So
I mean, hey, this is a kind of support. You're supporting your sports by making sure they can be sports.
true. Yeah, back to the game.
Yeah. Something I will say that this has helped torment some other instinct players I know. Instead of just focusing on your confidence, on maps you can say, hey, these are spots I for sure know I want to go. And you can know if you know the lines that you like to take, focus on that first, because you can have a segue into the game, and that's how you're going to focus your confidence. Because it's like, okay, I know where I need to go. I can just focus on getting there, and once I'm there, cool, I've proven to myself I can get there and I can do things, and it can jumpstart that mindset a little bit. And I'm not going to say it's
Yeah,
the end all be all.
I
Just
think that
if you want to mess around with it.
that's part of why Mahi is such an awful map for me a lot of the time. I feel like, especially getting back in, I have no like line in that I know super well.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
get
try
that.
drop left or right, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, it's partly just because Mahi is not a fun map on lockout for Dapple.
It's not terribly fun, but it's also not the worst thing ever.
It's yeah.
Yeah, like, I will say here, like, I'm just watching you play because, again, I think a lot of the session is going to be focusing on trying to break down your instinct, because I can see what you're fishing for in some spots, and it just feels like you need to go for it. Because, like, back here, when you're getting shot at on right side, like, I don't know why, it literally just feels like your instinct is you want to just push in like this or like this. It feels like you want to commit to the fight. And I'm not saying you have to commit to the fight. I'm just pointing out this is what I'm noticing with your instinct. Because it feels like you want to commit to the fight, and then it's okay, let me back off, let me do all of these things. Because I'm going to point out something boring, because it's going to be funny, because I'm typically the person who talks about the objective, because the objective is what always wins the game, right? Um, you're in a spot where you don't need to worry about objective, because right now you have a lead, and it's so early into the game. It really doesn't matter much, right? And we're going to work on the flip side of the question, because I always ask what wins the game, right? Which is the objective. Because a lot of people focus too much on the other part. Because the question is, what can you do to hold objective? Um,
Kill the enemy team and make sure they don't get to it.
yes, exactly. Because I was going to say, on your end, if you feel the instinct of, hey, I want to go forward and fight, because there's a fight over here, and I still feel you want to fight that, you can just take the fight. If you want to grab attention, you can go all the way over here, draw attention. You can push in like this and just panic the Dailies out of the Explo. You can take the direct fight. Like, there's all sorts of options you have available to you. Oh, yep, that sounds about right. Give me a second, my computer's on low battery. Oops.
It's alright.
That's fine. Look, I want to point out here, because what happened was you stayed in pain zone for a second, right? It
Mhm.
makes it harder for this fight, because now the NZAP knows where you are coming into it. Like, because I want to point this out, because something that can happen, especially with people who play on instinct, is they start losing fights, and they just feel like they can't do anything. And I want to point out, because this action here of painting zone, as inconspicuous as it is, probably gets you killed here. I stand corrected, but I have a hunch this play is just gonna just play out over the span of a few seconds. Because in saying here for a second to paint zone, right? The enemy team now knows where you are. So if I'm ends up coming in, I'm just aware of this spot. So if you try to push a fight on the NZAP, right? It's no longer giving you the advantage in the fight, and now it's just a trade of raw mechanics. And you want to know the really funny thing about trading raw mechanics? Unless you're like that much better, and by that much better I mean like there's like a 5 div gap better in terms of mechanics, it's typically pretty 50-50 for who wins the fight if it's just a trade of mechanics. Because like incoming in here, like you see how close you are to dying to NZAP.
Yeah. The cooler saved me there, honestly.
And you jump out, but they still know where you are coming into the fight. And now you have cooler, so you can't strike your way in how you've been trying to do. And that's kind of what ends up to this weird scenario. And so I know this isn't like, oh yeah, these are the exact things you need to fix, but I do think on your end it's kind of, hey, what's happening with this and breaking it down?
I think this is better, honestly. I want to just unrack my brain a little, because it's like, I'm so...
Because people don't typically talk about this stuff?
Well, yeah, I feel like, you mentioned, like, logical. I feel like I'm surrounded by people who want to play logically, but I'm trying to slot into that myself.
Yeah. The fun thing about logic is we just have to learn how to adapt to someone playing chaotic and just playing off of instinct. Like, there are some things that we can ask you to do to make our life easier. Because like, I'll use PS for an example. I'm not sure if you've ever heard our calls, but I got everyone on PS calling, and calling a certain way because, okay, now we can work with each other. I can throw my logic your way. You don't need to think about it. You can just go and do. And on my end, I will just respond to what you're doing with my calls. So it becomes a really nice back and forth. Even without calls, it can be really similar of, hey, you're going to play pure instinct. You're just going to be fighting. You're going to be getting attention. You're going to be getting what you want. Let your teammates figure out their own logic for how they're going to work with the attention the enemy team doesn't have on them anymore. It's weird, but I really do want to emphasize that because, like, you don't have to add logic to how you're trying to play. Like, I'm going to use the adage that Yoshi gave to early PS, like our first roster. This was with the exception to me considering he knows how I play. He literally said none of us should be thinking at all and just going. Like, that is acceptable. You don't have to try to think your way through problems. You just have to think eventually, if that makes sense. It doesn't have to be in the middle of the game. Anyways, sorry, nerd talk over. We can go because I want to hit some stuff on retake. Because you're talking about something that you struggle a bit on retake, because retake on this map can be really brutal. Especially when the map is shortened like this. Um, there's a few things that I can see. One is if your goal is getting attention, going super wide actually can work here. I wouldn't recommend this typically, but you have special right now. So I actually don't hate recommending it because for the enemy team now they almost have to pay attention to you because at worst you jump in and now you just like reef behind them and well shit. That's not a pleasant spot for a reef slider because that hits all the way out to here. Um, you can also try rotating right side and seeing if you can get something cheeky. So like you can reef over to here, which yes, this probably increases the odds of you dying. Like if you're all the way over here by the inflatable. But you know how I was talking about earlier of if the attention's on you, it's not on your teammates, and your teammates can figure out what they want. You have a teammate who can come in behind you with a stamp. So like if you go in, draw attention, cool, your teammate can just drop with a stamp, and well, only two of them can actually really deal with it. Anyways, I'll let this play out because it's a bit harder to talk about it when it's this short, or when it's not with water or fallen. Yeah, when it's water raised. Because like, this is, I don't even hate going with the shield. I just wish you were doing something more with it if your goal was attention. Because like considering your weapon pool, you have a ton of mobility. Like it's super easy for you to just stay alive, right? Like even a small thing of, hey, I'm gonna push up to here and make my presence known does a lot. Because like if you make your presence known here, right? This signals to the enemy team that like they're kind of stuck behind this little barrier and they're stuck in zone, right? Big reason is if they try to clear, they're just gonna get nuked in. I forget, is Dapple 12 frames? I think it's 12 after roll. I think it's 14 or 16 normally. No, it's 15. I stand corrected. Because Dapple's a 3-step. Yeah, it's 15 and then 12. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm being a frame nerd.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm used to this.
But like like for if you make a presence known here, they almost have to give up the space, or they have to just say, "I'm fine accepting a trade because you're going to kill in 15 frames." And I'm not going to say that you can't get a similar impact staying here, but there's a difference of how the enemy team is going to react. And it just depends on what you're looking for. Because if you're looking for kills, staying here makes sense, right? Because if they push back in, cool, you get your kill, they don't know you're there. If you're looking for space to get objective, I think you can see why I'm pointing this play out. Because like the enemy team
Yeah.
knows you're here. Okay, I want to back up to here because they don't want to risk dying to Dapple. And if they do that, cool, you can now reef over to here, have the explosion cover this entire area, and now the enemy team is stuck like over here or over here. Which I should have changed my pen color. You know what? I'm gonna do that real quick. Sorry, it makes it a lot easier. Excuse me, Epic Pen. I drew a nice circle and it just did this. What? Okay, whatever. Yeah, Epic Pen likes to be weird sometimes. And again, yeah. Well, the enemy team is stuck to one of these two areas, right? If you reef in here, which on paper sounds a little spooky, but like I want to point out, you have a Zuka.
Yeah, we have a Zuka ready, so putting them into an era. I've definitely I feel like as with this team, with what they asked of me and what they expect of me, I've definitely been leaning a bit greedy for kills over
Mhm.
other aspects which I
I
usually
get you.
prefer.
I will say, watching you play, I feel like I don't want to say you're greedy for kills because I understand why. It feels like you almost put too much value in kills. Um,
Mhm.
because I don't think it's that you're greedy for them. Because I'm gonna be honest, how you're playing doesn't look greedy for kills. I,
I
I,
just worry about it. I worry about too
I get you.
much.
I don't think you're really greeding for it. Source, I have seen people greed for kills. Um, trust me, I have seen people really greed for kills. Um,
Jeez.
because how that was a common trap H I've had to get out of. Like, keep in mind, taking the space, even if it doesn't give you the kill now, it makes it so you can get set up for kills later. So, like, it's not a, oh, if I don't do it now, I can't have it ever. I like this reef, actually. I honestly kind of almost wish you continued it further, but I like the reef. Like, it's kind of similar to what I was describing over here at the start, just a little different order. Like, 100% I wish you continued it further. Like, because again, right now I'm trying to explain logic of things. And, sorry, I know I'm over explaining myself. However, I've had some experiences. Like, if let's say you popped a reef here, right, and this is where you exploded. That's beneficial because it cuts the stage in half. So like here, let me go to overhead real quick. Because going to overhead is a bit easier to explain considering Reef is a massive hit. Okay, also I'm sorry, looking at this in overhead, you would have this poor NZAP would have gotten nuked.
Oh, this poor NZAP. Yeah, I had no idea they were there.
It's funny because I didn't even know they were there. But like me saying, I think if you popped Reef here, would have caught them. And I was saying that half because they almost have to go this way. Because like, let's work with the knowledge you have, right? So NZAP is somewhere over here. Um, let's change pen color to yellow. Please tell me that this shows up well enough. Great. So
Yay!
NZAP probably is going to be either in this area or somewhere, or trying to run over this way, right? Realistically, I'd expect it to back up to here. I don't know what it's doing trying to go this way, to be honest. Like, it's realistically going to go to one of these spots, right? If you pop Reef here in the center, what that does is it makes a really clear dividing line in the middle. Because if they're out to here, they get 70'd. So it almost forces them into one of these spots, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if they're forced into one of them, cool, you can say I want to fight here, or I want to disengage and go here, or any number of things. Popping it here gives them, like, they get to choose when they're fighting, if that makes any sense. Because, like, popping
Yeah.
it here, like, let's say I'm the enemy NZAP, right? I could very easily just say, I just want to sit here and I'm just going to shoot you for it. If you go here, you can't do that as NZAP. Like, it's a mix of safety for yourself and also you're manipulating where the enemy team can go. Because they're forced into one of these two spots, which is really predictable. Also, hindsight 2020, you would have just killed NZAP, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna focus on that because that is obvious. That's fine. Good. I like this for the record. Like this right here, just running in and taking fights.
This is so sad.
That's
I
unfortunate.
cried. Actually,
No, I get it.
I'm cursed to fall in Mahi Mahi, bro. This map hates me.
All good. I still will say though, I think going for the play that you did was good. Like, I think going for those fights makes sense. Like this feels like what you're wanting to do of just force fights to where the enemy team is like, okay, I either have to fight you or I have to give you attention. I'd honestly say the only thing I do differently here, because you rolled immediately, right? Keep in mind, you can be boring and just shoot at them here. Because there's two options that they have. And sorry, this is going to be going into micro territory, which I will be honest and say micro is not my strongest suit. But I know enough to talk about it. Look, as the NZAP, they kind of have two options, which is to go into you like this or to back off like this, right? If you say here, you cover them pushing into you first, and then you can react if they stay there after, right? Others benefit is, like, let's say you stay here and you just cover them trying to get up to here, right? Your teammates can always cover what's going on behind it.
Yeah, they've all begun to drop now anyway.
Yeah. So I just point that out because you really could have made the fight so easy without even needing to like risk rolling. Because like, could you imagine if you stayed shooting? Obviously, hindsight 2020, because we're looking over a video, but like they would have just exploded. Because once you're here, you know how I was talking about earlier? Like mechanics are kind of just a 50-50 for who wins. This is just a pure mechanics fight. Do they have better aim or do you? And the answer is the water does, but
the water.
look, I'm just saying, anyone who's gotten in a fight with the water in this game has lost 100% of the time.
Always lost.
That's fine. I don't hate the jump. Yeah, I will say in watching your play, I do feel like you just playing for fights and just forcing attention onto you matches like how I'm seeing you look at things instinctually. Because like you get this fight cool, and it just feels like you want to fight right side. I can't tell you why, but it literally just feels like you want to take a line like this.
Yeah,
well,
because
okay,
I tried to shark there and completely forgot about the kill cam, and I think the entire team got called onto me. I mean, I guess that works, but
yeah, I'm not even like acknowledging stuff with kill cam because like even if there wasn't kill cam, I still don't even know if sharking. I'm not gonna say sharking is terrible, but I don't know if it fits how you want to play. If that makes sense.
How I
that
want
was
to
more
play,
so my
yeah.
point. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is a bad play. I don't. It's a play. I don't think there is such a thing as a terrible play or a bad play, really. I think there are plays that are worse than others, but I don't think there's really a terrible play. Okay, no, I take that back. You could jump off the map. Please don't do that.
I was gonna say you could jump off the map.
um,
You could try to fight the water instead of the Enza.
surely someone's gonna win eventually. It's a statistical anomaly to not win at least one, because millions
I'm
upon
sure
millions
it'll
of
happen.
players in fights have happened with the water.
Love to see the statistic of how many people have fallen into the water. Actually.
I got no clue. Yeah, I do point out here because, like, again, right now, I'm wanting to break down like the answers and logic that you can have in this situation. Because, like, I'm going to focus on pointing at the potential lines that you have available to you. Because realistically, you have these 6 lines. You technically have 7 options of sitting here, and I'm disregarding Gilcam because I'm going to be honest, it doesn't matter as much. Which I'm sure sounds insane because they know where you are, they know you're sharking because you killed them. You still have a notable area that you can be sharking in. Um, so kill cam isn't as detrimental as it feels. Um, going over all of them, I'm gonna kind of disregard these. I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but it really doesn't feel like it matches what you want. Um, because going up top is okay. I can make sure that this is cleared and I can start painting zone a little bit. And it's almost waiting up on snipe here to get a free kill when they try to push into you. Um, not terrible. I think it runs into the thing of after you get your kill, now what? Because now they know where you are. You can rotate all the way left. I don't think it's good in this situation purely because you don't have enough knowledge. Um, like, yeah, I know arguably you have enough knowledge because you have knowledge on at least 3 of the enemy players. Um, you can argue that you have 4 because I think there's 2 over here. I think there's 1 over here on your teammate. Um, but you have enough knowledge to technically make the play doable. I just don't like it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to start throwing you questions. How valuable do you or how much do you like fighting? Because going through
Uh,
this way lets you fight, but it only lets you fight if that makes sense. Like it's not going to get any attention onto you.
um, usually it's weird. Usually, at least when I play, it just feels like the way I play kind of consequentially leads me to fighting a lot in the sense of
Yeah.
I'm a hard flanker. I like just running it down wherever I see like a potential line or a potential way to go, and
Mhm.
obviously that's gonna get me into fights.
But are you
So
fishing for fights? Like, are you fishing for fights because you love fights, or are fights just a means to an end for how you want to play?
I think I think if you asked me this like a while ago, I would have said it's just a means to an end. But ever since I've been playing like Ninja Squid, it's definitely been a lot more. I like fighting
Okay.
because I mean I'm playing Ninja Dapple. It's kind
No,
of
totally fair.
the goal.
I'm asking so I can like give better lines. And talk about better lines.
Yeah.
I'm going to erase this middle line. Big reason for that is this line isn't terrible, but this line doesn't. It puts you in a really weird spot because taking this middle line here. Let me swap back to the pen so it's easier to see. Um, like so, if you were to take this line, it makes it harder to fight and it makes it harder to continue anything. But it's very valuable because it disrupts the entirety of objective. Because if you go through there, it literally just disrupts zone, and it can make it easier for other fights. I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but considering how you were describing things, I wouldn't recommend it. Um, going over here for this fight, it has its value. Um, like it has its value. I don't love it myself, but what it does is it pretty much says this entire side of zone is just ours now. And you're probably gonna kill whatever is over here, right? So pro and con of if you do that. Pro, you're covering basically the left third of the stage, right? The con of it is you're giving up the other 2/3 of the stage to the enemy team. Like everything in this area is theirs now because you're giving up this space over here. Um, and again, I'm not going to say it's better or worse. It just is what it is. I think considering how you've described some stuff, I think taking a line like this would probably fit you. And you have an option of branching out this way. And the reason why I think this line in particular would fit you is you can rotate all the way behind in flank and just force attention onto you. Um, Because like right now, the enemy team is focused on your Viper over here, right? They're probably going to kill your Viper, but if you make it clear that hey, you're over here, right? Um, on their end, they probably are going to look back at you and burn time to try to kill you, which makes it easier for your teammates to come in. Um, the other thing is like let's say you don't want to go for a hard flank, right? Let's say you just want to take the fight directly. You branch out this way. You can see how this fight would go because
Yeah.
you more or less cut them off of zone this way, and then you can continue in this way and help your teammate, which kind of gives a mix of everything. I'm gonna leave this because and I'll delete it in a second because this is the other path, which this kind of just gets you over here. It's just a different angle if you think someone's expecting you to take this.
Yeah.
Which you have to make your own or risk reward analysis on that one.
It's on the fly, yeah. Just be like, do I think someone's pushing me? Maybe. I'll
Yeah.
take the longer route, but safer.
Also, I'm gonna ask just to be because I want to make sure I'm on the right track. Does taking this line and how I was describing it match with how you want to play?
If all honesty, before you even started talking, when you drew the lines, I immediately looked at that one and was like, I'd probably go that way if I did this
If I
again,
point out
without
lines
really
and you
thinking
see a line that
much.
you think you take, point it out. Like
Yeah, I'll just
unironically
be
point it
like,
out, and we can
that one.
yeah, just point it out, and we can give more depth to it. Because yeah, okay. I'm starting to get. I was just wanting to make sure I have an idea of how you're thinking and viewing the game, so I
Like,
can push you in that
my
direction.
weird mind works, yeah.
Chief, I'm gonna be honest. I've seen weirder players. Um,
It's okay.
yeah, like, and I think you can notice it literally feels like you want to go. Oh, I can go here. Oh, I can go here. I want one of them.
Yeah, but it's just it's so funny watching this back in like what was it? Because I was shocking in the thought of I want to do this for the team,
Yeah.
then yeah, I get jumped.
Also, I'm gonna point something out just because, like, I love and hate the wording that you said of for the team. Like, this is gonna sound so weird, but this is how I always describe stuff in the team setting. Because like, when you're playing a comp, there's two different groups you need to focus on. One is the individual of yourself. Two is the team, right? And this is how I always describe it. The individual helps the team get in, so the team can help the individual get in. So right now, there isn't a team. Like the team has already gotten you into this position, right? Because you've been allowed into here, you're not getting spawn camped. Like the team has gotten you in, right? Now it's on your end to be you can be the individual player and help get your team back in later, if that makes sense. And that's kind of how
Yeah.
everything catapults on top of itself. Because keep in mind, all that a play has to do for it to be for the team is, hey, this is something that I'm doing because I know it can help the team. Not I see this fight, I can take this fight because I know I can win the fight. And disregarding everything else, just I can win the fight, I'm taking the fight. Sorry, not sorry. I'm very obsessed with words because they have so much power in how you think and view the game.
Yeah, it's all fine. I think if I remember, this is where just the full lockout begins.
That makes sense. Let's see. Also, I'm gonna let this play out and then I'm gonna look back at the. Hold up, let me actually get the time. Because I'm just watching you play and I'm just focused on how you're saying the wording of for the team. Because it feels like you went left for the team. Because I don't think going left matches what your intent is here. I'm gonna be honest.
It was a case of I saw the wiper go. I think I said I was planning to go right, but I saw wiper had already taken it, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll play more where someone else would.
I'm gonna say one thing in that regard. As long as it's only two people, if it's like 3 to 4, yeah, taking a different path is fine. If it's only one other person, realize you going with them just increases the odds of that play happening, or at least one of your plays happening. It's not like if you go separate, you're going to increase the odds of their play happening, really. And like the other question I'll ask is like, let's say you go right side here, right? What happened? Does this kill your push? Does this kill your play?
Crud. Oh.
Oh. Discord died for a
Once I
second.
say internet. Yeah, Discord died. Oh, good.
I was just asking if you go right side, right? Does this kill your push?
No, necessarily no. Especially
Yeah.
Crab's there. If both of us drop, I have a different angle
Well,
compared
you
to.
also have Torp. You can throw Torp over it, get its attention. Your Viper can drop in here.
Mhm.
Like there's all sorts of options you can do with it. Also the other thing, again, I'm just going to mention with Instinct. Keep in mind, you should be playing with your Instinct first and have your team's logic match it. Like if you're trying to work around your team, you're going to push yourself out of plays that you want in like to even need to take, considering how you'd be positioning. Um, just because how you play and how you're setting up because you're playing instinctually is, hey, I'm doing all these small things. I can't tell you exactly why in the moment, but I know where I want to go. Because if you know you want to go right, you were trying to set up right, and then you commit in this way.
Mhm.
Like that's a major gap, and it really changes how you have to approach the play. Um, and I can analyze the hell out of this play. I'm gonna be honest though. I think the bigger thing is just play with your instinct when you see the chance. Like don't be afraid to.
Yeah. And it just gets me. It gets me. I play so confused. Like, oh god, oh god, oh
Yeah,
god.
I mean, it makes sense though. You're literally fighting your instinct, trying to apply logic to the game. Is it raining outside? It is. Okay. Sorry, don't mind me. Like here again, it feels like this is good. Like it just feels like you're so torn on. This is what logic says. This is what my team says of going left. Because if you're looking at it from logic, I'm fairly sure left is the correct play. Um,
Mhm.
but it really just feels like you want to drop right and just take a fight. Like I don't think you have to be
Yeah.
afraid of taking that fight. Like here, I'm gonna go to
I
overhead so I
think
can be a nerd. What's up?
give. I think I do give it a go. I can't remember.
I
We'll
hope you
have to
do.
see, but I do end up
Um, because
dying.
I just want to point
But
something out if you
I'm.
want to go this way. Because there's a few ways you can escape right side. Because you can always go through here, in like you can branch out like this. Which is this isn't as hard as it looks. Because like realize you get to here, you squid roll over to here, and then you just jump onto snipe. And it keeps you relatively safe doing that. Because like the second approach is you can just go in directly for a fight. I wouldn't even recommend this. I'd probably just say you can do something like this. Because like something I think will be helpful if you're trying to logic your way out of your instinct. Because I think what a lot of logic says is, oh, you shouldn't just fish for the fight because the fight doesn't do anything or fighting is bad. Because if you look at the game purely from a logic point of view, arguably you shouldn't need kills. From the instinct point of view, you don't care because you just want to throw your aim at them. So look, you can apply a little bit of logic to your instinct of, hey, I can go here and I don't have to play for this kill. Because like hell, you want to know what I think the nastiest play you could do is in this situation if you go here? Because like on paper, you could just take the fight here and that would be totally fine. I think the nastiest thing you can do is reef over to here and explode.
And just trap them in that
Yeah,
tiny corner.
like they'd either be stuck over here or over here, and like you might die, but like they're so fucked long term.
That's just a free. What's it? That could just be a free zone paint.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you commit
Mhm.
left.
Yeah, I end up
Like,
committing
it
left.
just feels
I
like you're
see.
waiting for something to happen because you don't. It feels like you just don't know what you're wanting out of left. To be honest,
Yeah.
I'm not commenting, but why?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. That was a big misplay on my end. I can't even remember why I popped it, genuinely.
Okay, no, okay, there. Yeah, I'm not gonna comment because I feel some of the other stuff that was being mentioned earlier of just playing with your instinct trumps that.
Mhm.
Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have been in that situation, really. But
Mhm.
but why?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if my brain had a thought and was like, oh, there's someone over here. Reef slider.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna look over this game a little bit, and I'm just gonna see.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna skip to when you're getting a push because I want to see what you're doing there.
There is one push in this game. It is a one push game.
Hey, a push is a push. It doesn't matter to me.
What a graph!
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the graph and that's crazy. That.
What a thrilling game.
Okay. Let's get over to here.
We got absolutely saved by our pen this game. The other team just fed to them like 10 times. They went like 18.
Hey, a win is a win at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're not
Alright.
trying to rely on that all the time, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just
Mhm.
watching you play, you just feel panicked here. It feels like you're trying to be like, "I should hold my life instead of just fight."
Mm.
Like, I might be wrong, I'm just going
Mm.
off the fact that, like, you roll, instantly jump, and then roll back twice. Like, this just feels
Yeah.
panicked. Which, like, I'm not going to say that there is a right answer here, because I'm gonna be honest, you kind of got thrown into a really hard scenario. Um, I'm just pointing it out because it just feels like you're trying to fight your instinct. Like, don't be afraid to just take the fight. Because again, if they're mechanically better than you, does it really matter? Like, what's the worst that happens with it?
I mean, I die, but if I try to run away like that, because of then, like, I end up dying anyway,
Yeah,
so
it also the thing that I would say, even if you die, you know what comes after you die? You respawn. Like,
I go again.
I have a screenshot somewhere where I was playing a game of Open and I had 30 deaths, and we still won. Like, your deaths don't matter.
I I was gonna say that's like, that's something I literally put it on my freaking. I went to a LAN and we were told to put a quote on our badge, and I put, "I'm playing for life, guys," because I remember saying because I no, I've had a difficult. I feel like I've had a pretty difficult relationship with like like how I feel about dying because I'm not sure about you, but it is at least, especially at the level I'm at, I feel like being told your life is everything is a very common thing.
It's a very common sentiment. It's at all levels. It's a common
Yeah.
sentiment.
Yeah.
Here's what I would say about playing your life, because I want to actually break down what that means. Because
Mm.
when people say you should play your life, the thing is, when you're dead, you can't force more space, right? So all that really means is if you're going to die, you have to make sure you're dying to get space. Um, because like the common thing is a lot of teams play to the idea of, hey, you should try to minimize how much you die, so you can always be active and always taking space. If you take an explosive amount of space anyways, and then you die, you have the same impact. Because like it's boring, but I always ask this question of what wins the game, and the answer is always objective. Because it unless they change the code of the game and change how the modes fundamentally work, it's always going to be objective. Um, and that's important because all that matters is, do you generate enough force and space that you can score objective more than they do? Which like when like, I'm trying to break that down this way because I really do want to explain. Like, life is valuable, yes, but life is valuable because it gives you access to those things. If you trade your life to have more force or more space, it's the same impact. If that makes any sense. Which, hi, welcome to the bartering system that I threw in my doc. I'm not sure if you read that. Like,
What
what
was
I'm describing is
I
literally what I
have
wrote there.
I vaguely, it's a case of like, what was it? When it came out, I was like, I should read, I need to read this. It was really late. I skimmed through a bit of it and then I never got back to it. But I remember the bartering bit and then it completely left my mind.
It's all good.
God damn it.
I it's totally fine. The point of having the doc is for the people who I can impact directly and say, "Hey, you can read this exact section." It's helpful to them.
Mm.
I can quickly break down the system because it's not that complex. Um, like the idea is you're going to trade for six things in any given game. Um, one is obvious, objective. The second is also obvious, of your life. Then you get into some weird ones. So you have force and space. In clarifying, because I see them as different, force is just how much threat you're putting out at one time. In space is how much space you're physically controlling. So, like, if you're controlling a zone, you're holding that much space. Um, then you can barter with time, which just is, are you stalling time or are you trying to fight a 2v1 or something like that? Because that is spending time for an action that you technically don't need to do. Um, and then the last one is information. So, like, when you're sharking, you're trading time for information. Like, I value having my information, so I'm going to use time to shark. Um, in the way that I explained it, which I still stand by to this day. If you can trade anything for anything, right? If you trade your life with it, you're just going to get more of whatever you're trading for. Like, I'm going to throw out numbers. Don't take this to heart. The numbers are pulled out of nowhere. Like, let's say when you're typically playing, if you're trying to value your life, your typical force is 5, right? If you don't value your life, your force can spike up to 20. That's all the
Wow.
difference is. Like playing for your life or playing to just get kills and open up space, it's the same thing. It's just how is your team trying to play around it? Because how your team tries to play around it is more important than keeping your life. So we're gonna I don't need to reset, but we're gonna see if I have any good screenshots. I need to see if I have. No, that's a normal game. Don't mind me. I like taking photos of art because they're cool. Yeah,
Oh.
like look how many kills they have. Um, this is just a good game on my end. That's let's see. I'm trying to. Yeah, or as you can see here, this was just a quick 30-second game. Like kills are valuable. Don't mind that. That was just us goofing around. I'm trying to
So
see.
good.
Yeah, like this as
There
well.
it is.
Like I want to point out, this game is a lot closer than it looks if you just look at the scoreboard. Just because of how it got played out naturally. And let's see. Like, sorry, I'm being a nerd because I really want. Like, look at their kills. Like, all of us are
And
even or
funny.
negative.
And they lost.
Yeah,
Wow.
like playing your life is valuable because it gives you all of the options for these things, right? But you don't have to play your life because you can barter for these things in other ways. Sorry, that is the necessary H dive rant over. Or H dive player rant, but because like, I actually want to point out, no, I'm going to overhead. Fuck it, because you died here, right? I actually think you
But
dying
then
there gives your team the push.
I think, yeah. I think they put so much into
Yeah,
getting rid of me that
yeah,
they
because
just took the space.
Dynamo had its attention on you, Blaster had its attention on you, and I think Pro had its attention on you for a second, and then it went back. Um, no, all of them were on
Let's
you.
see.
Like, I want you to
Oh, we love this.
like, I want to point this out because this is what I mean by bartering for your life. It was unintentional on your part. Because you got thrown into there, and it's well, okay, whatever. But you're bartering for your life, and you know what your team is doing with that? They're trading for space in objective. Because the enemy team is saying, okay, we have 3 players here. We're going to barter all of the force that these 3 players have to kill you. So they're putting all of their force onto you. Cool. You're just gonna end up dying over here, right? Great. There's a deficit now because your team can trade for it later. Anyways, sorry. I hate when people just exclusively say, "Oh yeah, you should always play for your life," because it's not that simple. But you dying opened everything up because your pen kills the dynamo for free off of that. You should get a power climb in for free. Oh wait, is stamp popped? Oh my. Okay, sorry. This is me being a nerd, just visualizing how this would play out at a higher level. Because honestly, I think what this is ideal world. Have your tent throw the power climb up, right? Your Viper goes and scores. And you pop Zuka, and you just pop Zuka here
Oh,
and here. And by the time Viper, because if
oh.
both of these are 1-das, they still have a shot, so they're gonna rotate forward. Dap would be getting up to here, and they just get fucking shot by a Zuka. Anyways, I want to point out, you basically gave your team a free life if that was played perfectly, because you killed yourself. Like, welcome to why dying is not this big thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm looking at how that played out. Your teammates definitely box rushes out of order a little bit. Also, nice triple here. Something I'd point out here, I wish it would go forward. And there's a few reasons for it. And I promise it's not because I'm an HNF player.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, I just like joking about that because sometimes some people very much so think it is. I wish you'd go up to at least here. I'm not gonna say go all the way up to here because this depends on is your team wanting to play it this way, all of the things with that. But the benefit of if you were to push up to here, right, and you control this area, um, for the enemy team to get back in, they have to put attention onto you. And you said one of the things that you value and how you want to play is getting attention onto you, which yeah, no, this is kind of perfect for what you'd want if you rotate forward like
Yeah.
this. And the benefit, because you said you play with NS, right? Let's say this entire area is painted over, right?
Mhm.
They don't know where you are because of your NS. So you can
Because
shark
of
and then
Ninja
you
Squid,
can go
yeah.
for a kill later, or you can draw as much attention as you want and then leave, or just hide in your ink and then use NS to move around, or you can go forward and sack yourself to buy more time for your team to get in. Like all sorts of options are there because you can do that. Because the entire enemy team is dead, is they can't really stop you. Let's swap pen color, right? Because you're going back to here. I'm assuming you're going back for clams, right? So my assumption
Yeah,
is you'll
that was
probably go
my.
back to here and then rotate back. That would be my
Mhm.
prediction. In doing this spends about 5-10 seconds, right? Probably 5. In 5 seconds, the enemy team should be getting back to here now. So like, if we play that out to the logical extreme, they're going to be stopping you right when you're getting back to here, and you're not going to be set up at all. So more or less, in going back, you're sacrificing all of the space behind this line for nothing, really. And I know the idea is, oh well, I can get clams, right? I'm gonna throw a second point out because how I see people play clams is really, really weird to me. Because sorry, I know I'd ask the question all the time of what wins the game, and I'm gonna ask something in particular. What wins the game for Clam Blitz in particular? Because there's 2 parts to it.
Mhm. It's well, obviously, like the main thought immediately is you have to score the clam, but you also have to. But equally, if we're talking, it's 1 minute left, and I want to win the game. It's usually whoever's controlling who actually has them.
Kind of. I'm gonna put that
Kind
under
of.
one point of the clams themselves. Um,
Yeah.
because the clams themselves is the most obvious part of what wins the game. Um,
Mm.
but I'm gonna help push you in the right direction. What do you have to do before you can score? Once you have the clams, what do you absolutely have to do before you can score?
To get to the basket.
Yes. And that's the second part, which is controlling basket.
Ah,
Um,
yeah.
which
Okay, I
I know
see. I
that's
see.
such a boring and simple and obvious thing, but it's so important because in this situation, you have free control over the basket. The enemy team can't stop you from controlling basket, right? So let's say you control basket the entire time, and let's say your tent jumps up to you, right? Because now you're holding a 2v, right? Not the most pleasant hold, but it's totally doable. Um, your teammates can do the second part of gathering the clams and push whenever. Because as long as you have the basket held, all that matters is getting clams. Because I'm sure you felt the flip side in other games where you can have as many clams as you want, but if you can't control their basket, you can't score.
Can't get in.
Um,
I mean, that's basically what happened at this in this
yeah,
game for 3 extra minutes after this happened.
yeah. Like I just pointed out because you can hold space first and get clams second. All that matters are those 2 conditions are met. It doesn't matter what order they're met in. So if you have a spot where you can control basket first, control basket. If you're in a spot where you can get clams first, get clams first. Also, I think I was
Yeah.
right on the money with how far back you go. I was.
Yeah, I got. You,
Sorry,
you were
I love guessing that.
perfect. Beautiful.
But I want to find out now.
Then
Do you see how you aren't controlling basket because you went back now? Now they're
yeah,
starting to actually get control of their own basket, and this fight isn't going to happen. Like, I'm going to leave this in overhead so you can see the consequences of it. Because now they have full control of their basket. Now it's just really hard to get in for that. Like, yeah, you can reef and you can do all the things. Why did you not? I am. Your play baffles me.
Oh.
Like,
What do you mean?
you literally enter the bubble. I thought you were gonna reef in the bubble.
No, I don't know.
Like right
Again,
here,
this
I
is
thought you were gonna reef.
I look at my own play and I'm like, I don't know why I did this. It just kind of happened.
All good. It just makes me laugh. Like it's nothing
Too
against
good.
you. It just always makes me laugh watching someone who plays like off of more or less pure instinct. Because I'll watch them do something, and I just have to ask why.
Who knows?
But yeah, like I want to find out from this. They have full control of their basket, so you going back to get those clams doesn't really do anything. Like, yes, you would have had 14 clams coming into the push, but there's no push because there's no basket. Which I'm gonna see. I'm gonna skip to where your team has a few issues, and then we'll look at your good games. If that's chill with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Also, at some point I might just need to make a video on how to play Land Blitz because it drives me up a wall seeing how a lot of people play it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I freaking.
Okay, sorry, I'm backing up because I honestly appreciate that you dropped and you were trying to fight. It feels like you're almost playing your life too hard here. This jump makes sense. Like I'm wanting to clarify. This jump fully makes sense. When you drop for this, I feel you should just commit to the fights here. Because like you're in a range. It's not hard to commit to these fights. Because yes, you're keeping their attention on you, but you're not doing anything with it. And I'm gonna swap to overhead because yes, overhead is a lot easier to explain some stuff with. Let's see. I'm gonna fast forward to where you drop in now. Okay. So this is right about where you drop, right? So I'm gonna talk about something with force because I don't see it mentioned a lot with force. So right now, the enemy team wants to put force this way, right? And this pair is having this much force coming this way. And you're dropping in and you're putting force out this way, right? These directions aren't exact for the record. I'm wanting to use this just as an easy visual. The reason I bring this up is you've now dropped twice and you've interrupted them putting force forward on you, right? At this point, if your force or here's a fun question. So if your force vanishes here, like let's say you jump out again, where do you think their force is gonna go?
Straight barreling towards the most important area of this map.
Yeah. And I bring it up because you going in and jumping out gives them an opening to where they can do that. Like let's say you dropped and you just traded one. Like let's say you trade yourself for. Honestly, I think Dapple's the least valuable player in this position. Like let's say you just trade out both Dapples. It suddenly halves the amount of force that they can actually put out in this scenario. So like, yes, there's force, but like if we're looking at just a raw numbers game, your team is fighting 4v2. And I say a 4v2 because Tent Shield is just an extra teammate. You can't convince me I'm wrong. You can't convince me I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
No, you are right.
Like you literally your team is just gonna be fighting a 4v2 if you take that trade. And you also have cooler, so there's almost zero risk to yourself. Like even if you just full commit. The other thing you can do if you really want the kill is like when you're here, just reef down. Just explode.
Just explode.
Sorry, just point that out because like I'm so curious if it actually plays out how I was talking about it. Yeah, like look at the Pro and Dapple. They're so tempted to go forward. Like I'm not going to say like I will acknowledge your team stops it from happening because your Pen and Viper rotate to catch this. But if they didn't, like let's say Dynamo decided they really wanted to be scary and Pen had to watch this, you would have opened that up. Like that would have been fully opened up because now it would be just Viper doing this. And if you notice, this is a lot harder to try to catch. Like it's not terrible, just always things we can do better. Please tell me you reef here, please. Why?
No, I don't know why you didn't. I don't know why you didn't. I was being so.
It feels like you're trying to always use reef for like to confirm a kill more so than hey I can trap you and it's just gonna be costly for you to deal with it.
That's because that's what my coaches people tell me. It's like, oh, reef can never really get kills by itself. You should always wait for an opportunity. So I keep having to be so careful with the button because I'm like, I shouldn't do it. I know I'll die, but my brain is like, please, I want to press this button so bad.
But again, like the big thing with it, like even if you die, remember what we were talking about earlier. Do you get the force? Do you get the space out of that? Because like even if you die, like let's say you stall them for 5 seconds, your team doesn't have to deal with 2 players for 5 seconds. Like realize that gives your team a 3v2 for 5 seconds, even if you die.
And 5 seconds is that's literally like the respawn time as well.
Almost. I believe it's 7 with that.
Almost.
It's like 7 or 8
7
without QR.
because- Oh yeah, because again, Gaslight's here. It says respawn in 5, and then you have to go through all the animations.
Yeah. But still, like it's not terrible. Like the thing with Reef is, I think Reef is a really good trapping tool, and it's really good to confirm fights for your teammates. but I don't think you should be so afraid of, okay, I can pop it because this is just a valuable position here. Because, like, I will acknowledge, if you pop it here, you probably will die. But I want to point out why I would say that I think popping it here makes sense, and why I was confused when you didn't. Do you see how grouped up they are?
Yeah. It's like I like you can tell that my brain that I am instinctually
Yeah, I can
setting up
tell
for a
that you're
reef as
fighting
well.
yourself. I can literally tell you're fighting yourself.
It's like my body is just like, okay, reef time. And it's like, wait, I'm gonna die if I do this.
Yeah, and like again, I will acknowledge it's not the
Mhm.
safest reef ever. However, it's not terrible. Also, you want to get into some really fun logistical stuff. I'm not gonna blame you if you didn't catch this. So let's say you go forward and you explode here, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say one thing. Hey team,
Everyone else
I'm
cooler.
reefing in.
Yeah.
You have 2 power clams on the field. Um,
And cooler. Yeah, I surprised. That's ah.
again, this is
Killing
what review is
myself.
for. Like when you play instinctually, we can apply logic to what you're doing in your play and talk about it.
Mhm.
That's why review is so important and valuable. Something I'll also say,
Mhm.
because it sounds like you get a lot of advice along the lines of just don't die, or do things that won't cause you to die. Ask them
Mhm.
why. Like if someone's gonna push you on that, ask them why, and ask them what they want you to get out of a play. Not what they want you to do in a play, but what do they want to get you to get out of the play. Um, and the reason I say that in particular, and I'm very picky with my wording on that, is if you know what you're trying to get out of the play, you can figure out how to get there and just apply that to your instinct, if that makes sense. Compared to just, oh well, this is the play I do because it's the play I do. Why? Because it's the play I do. Because yeah, like, and again, even reefing here wouldn't have been terrible. Like backing up almost confirms that you die, and like if you noticed, you actually drew one of the enemy team's players onto you. And then as you backed up, I think a call came out, so the other person just ignored you and went for your teammates. And then you died.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like, something I will say, especially when you're committing in, like, especially, like, close to their plat, more or less, keep in mind, once you're that far in, you almost have to commit to the fight, or you're gonna die regardless.
Yeah, that
Because,
play
like,
is just a death sentence.
yeah, I mean, if you fight the play out, it's not a death sentence. If you try to disengage, it is. Because, like, the enemy team is still gonna be putting force out onto you. It doesn't just disappear when you disappear. That force has to go somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna let this play it, and then we'll go over your good games. Because I don't think we need to go over your meg game.
It's this again, by the way. It's like an 80 100, but
Yeah.
on tower when neither team gets past the checkpoint.
Also, I just want to find out again. Not
Another random reef. Another random reef into nowhere. That was the brain. Like my brain saw a dino and was like, "Oh, I've hit the button. Whoops."
yeah.
Actually, I also haven't. I haven't. I genuinely till now haven't noticed how early I keep exploding my reef sliders.
I got you. That is what I'm here for. I can point that out.
I was like, wow, why? I really just like do not let it run its course.
I mean, I get it. Like, cause like here, I'm gonna back out and cause like, I get it, especially
Not
because
even.
if common sense, if what you're hearing over and over is like you should be doing things to avoid dying, or just maybe not even avoid dying, but to keep your life is probably more apt than
Mhm.
to avoid dying. Let's see, where's our reef weapon? I was getting a bit silly in playing 3v4s yesterday.
I think it's also because what was it? A while ago, what was it? With the
They
reef
changed how far it can
changes.
go.
Yeah. I used to love like I know it's probably a bad name for it. I just called it long reefing,
Yeah,
where I
I
just
just
used
getting all the way
reef
behind
slider
them.
to go. Yeah, all the way far. But now they changed that. Like my
Yeah,
play has been kind of stunted. I feel
but like
like.
even then, look at how far this goes. Like that's a notable distance. Because
Mhm.
this is how far it goes. Which let's see how well I actually remember my range values. I'm fairly sure that is exactly charger range. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, don't mind me. I am a nerd to the nth degree. Where are? I'm gonna set this up for later when I.
Say.
Okay, and let's see. I honestly. Oh wait, both of these are rain games. Wait, this is
Yeah.
gonna be so good to look at. Sorry, unironically, I feel rain games, like for instinctual play, or for everyone almost. I think rain and clam games are the most valuable games to look at. I don't say anything because I would rather people go over games they feel are valuable to them. Like unironically, the games that I have the most things I can point out and I find have them spark the most change in other players are Rain and Tower or Rain and Clam.
It's what I've always found. Raven has always been my favorite mode, despite how
It's
much
such a
everyone
good
hates it.
mode. It's my favorite mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna just
Okay.
point out if you notice you're backing off a lot. And again,
Mm.
not terrible. I'm just pointing it out so you can acknowledge it with instinct. Because I'm also gonna point out some stuff with their comp. Because you can find the like 2.5 hour VOD on my YouTube. I think it's 2.5 hours. Because it's funny because I was talking about with this team. What they're trying to do is they're trying to set up a play with both of these weapons more or less coalescing in the same spot, and they're going to push from different directions. The
Mhm.
reason I bring that up and the reason it matters, what happens to that system if one of them dies?
That is exactly.
Um,
um,
Good.
you know, if I remember, what was it? So for this set, I didn't play the first two games. I was the day this set was like I had a massive family emergency, but my team was suffering. Like we were down 2-0,
Ooh,
and I could technically play, and I just didn't want us to lose in Ludi because I couldn't be there. So
I
I
gotcha.
joined, and they just mentioned they mentioned that like, oh, the brush is being annoying and always flanking,
Mhm.
and this might just be a personal experience. I'm not sure if this is like a common thing people do, but whenever I've had to go against, I think it's just because from like one tournament experience where we went against, not, I don't know, I think they were like full hyper dive, but the everyone on my team was going, oh, they're playing kind of
What
like
team
hyper
is it?
dive,
I
blah blah
can.
blah. I don't think it was a team; it was like a pickup.
Do you recognize any of the players?
I think it was a pickup with people from like Spooky T-shirt Club or something like that. I don't know.
Speak is like XH5.
Yeah, it's
Anyways,
like yeah, but yeah, we what was it? Like when I went against them, the main strategy I employed was just dive them harder.
yeah. I want to explain something with H5 because so many people have said that that works for them, and there's a reason for it. And I'm going to talk about it because I was actually going to mention it with the brush. Because the big thing with
Mhm.
skirmish weapons, especially like brush and tent, is when they're there, how a lot of players respond is, I'm going to give up a lot of space for free because I don't want to risk dying.
Mhm.
And if you're trying to not risk dying, you're going to be playing reactive and you're on the enemy team's pace and tempo and everything they're doing, right?
Yeah.
The way that you fight that is the same way you fight H-dive. You have your own idea and say, fuck you, you're playing my game now. And if it's fuck you, you're playing my game now, we're scrapping on my terms, great. If it's fuck you, we're playing our game now, and we're gonna run Rainmaker cross map, great. Anything. It just has to be you aren't letting them dictate the pace of the match. You're saying this is what we're doing, this is what we want, deal with it. And that's actually what makes H-Dive so forceful. Because on our end, we're saying we're going to run at you, we're going to take the space. If you want to do something about it, fight us. Because like I point that out
Yeah,
because
no.
in you backing up, look at how much space the rush gets. Because now with you backing
mate.
up, like they almost have a free path to push Rainmaker. Like realize
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
put Booyah here, you can't stop them from breaking check.
I think we do lose first track, if I remember
Let's
correctly.
hold on.
Yes.
I'm going to laugh, dude.
Rip.
Why am I good at predicting that? That's such a
You're
the Booyah
you
system.
literally know me for like 2 seconds and you know me too
You could
well.
have thought that too. Yeah, good on stopping that.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm,
I'd say on my end, I almost wish
mhm,
because like there were two chances that you had to fight. One was on a ramp to push the rush away, because you still get the same impact
mhm.
of pushing them away, right? The
Yeah.
other thing is at this point, you can try to shred the Booyah bomb. That's one of the options. There's another. Reason I say you can try to shred Booyah is if you shred it, the enemy team almost has to look at you because if they don't, like let's say they don't put this force and it's gone, right? Uh, you intercept them.
Mm.
Like, you just flat out will intercept them, which is what happens anyways. But you can get more of their attention onto you if you, like, try to shred beyond now, if that makes sense. Um, and I'm not even gonna say Sharking is terrible. Like, I think the Shark works. It's just, it confirms that you can only get the rain kill out of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which, pros and cons. Because if you try to shred Booyah, there is the chance you die trying to shred it. So it goes both ways. They waited a hot minute to try to pop rain. Good on getting behind. Perfect. Yes, and thank you for not rolling frame 1, my hero. So many apples to do
I
that.
told you. I told you. This is why it was one of my better games.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. No.
I'm just watching you play. It feels like you want to just go forward. Trust your gut on that feeling.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have all the tools, like, especially with Torpedo. Because it feels like you know something's on the left side. Like, I don't think you know exactly why you have that feeling. Because, like, 10 could either go to your right, like, when you turn around, it can either be to your right or to your left. And I just feel you know it's somewhere in this vicinity. That circle is terrible. Thank you,
Yeah.
Epic Pen.
Love you, Epic Pen. Shout out.
It's fine. It does its job. Like, I think you know something's over here. Don't be afraid to just say, I'm gonna just throw a Torp up here. If it finds nothing, fuck it. I'm just gonna go this way. Why do you do this, Epic Pen? I wanted to make an arrowhead. Sorry, Epic Pen makes me crash out sometimes. Like, realize you can fully say, this is the pace I want to play at, deal with it. Because I'm going to bring something up, because it's something that's brought up, because you probably heard it at some point, where people say, people who are playing with, like they have nothing to lose, or where they have nothing to lose are the scariest players. I'm going to point out more or less why they're the scariest players. Because when you have nothing to lose, it's just, fuck it, I'm going to throw everything I have at you, and you're going to have to deal with it. And if you notice, you can do the exact same thing in game, and that's just what I'm going to push you to. Because if you can do that with Instinct, you're just going to be a terrifying player. Saurus, have you seen Tormy play at her peak? She is.
I don't think I have, but I can assume it is spooky.
Okay, let me put it this way. When we played on PS, the enemy team would almost always be complaining about Tormy or myself. So, I feel that's a good indicator of some things.
Oh, what's it like? Freaking it's definitely like I'm trying to adapt to the non like collegiate stuff is unfamiliar to me.
I getcha.
So I feel like whenever I'm playing like non collegiate Splatoon, this is what I'm doing when there isn't something going on.
No, I totally get you.
But it's more a case of I just want to do well, so I can be like, hey, I started by playing collegiate Splatoon, and look how far I've come, and
I getcha.
eventually I want to get to the top.
No, I totally get you. And I'm just saying, if you want coaching sessions, the forum will always be available. Like,
Yay!
I plan to keep that shit going for a while. Because yeah, like, I want to point out, you literally had the right instincts. Like, I don't know why. I'm going off of, like, I'll admit I'm looking at the situation from the perspective of, I know my instinct, which has been honed more than yours. I'm looking at this scenario and I'm saying, fuck it, I'm throwing that Torp and I'm popping Reef Slider. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm looking at the scenario and I'm just like, that is what I'm instinctually feeling. I'm just gonna do it. Because, like, I don't know why. It literally feels like you want to do something. Like, you want to fight or you want to reef. Because you have the right idea. If you reefed earlier, you would have gotten it off.
I have definitely recently been struggling getting reefs off. I've been getting cancelled a lot more for
If you
being.
have an instinctual
like-
feeling, just send it. Like,
Just send it.
I'm going to point something out because I know this feels so counterintuitive, and I'm having to get it through my own head because it's so conditioned in. This isn't even just the scene; it's kind of a society thing. I realize for now, every single game and every single tournament you play is purely practice. Unless you're going into a tournament and saying, "I want to win this tournament," everything is practice. So focus on just practicing. And if you need to practice just popping reef early, practice it. Because, like, what's the worst that happens? You practice it, you find that popping reef early doesn't work, and now you can check that off, and now you can work on something else with Reef Slider to see if you can avoid getting canceled as much. Sorry, that's a lot of people forget that. Even myself, like a lot of people around me forget that. It's really hard to like always remember it. Oh, please tell me your teammate runs that. They're gonna get shot. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was an accidental pickup, but it ended
No,
up
the grab
working
was
out.
good. The grab was really good. I can tell that it was accidental. Also, again, I'm wanting to just point out because I think something that can help on your end. I can help you with this. I think what would be more valuable for you is talk with your teams and talk with your other whoever coaches you. Because I don't mind doing like frequent coaching sessions. My thing is I will do one with you like every other or like once every three weeks. Because I'm gonna limit it to where you can fill out the form once every time it goes
Oh yeah,
out.
that's fine.
That's just so I can get other people. Like I'm happy to do it consistently. Like if you have a coach that you can get more consistent coaching from, I ask them and mention this, and ask them to go over the stuff with the map with you and help you figure out the lines that you want to take. Because I'm looking at this scenario, and I'm going to ask the boring question. What wins the game?
Objective.
You can set up
Getting to
objective
the
early.
pedestal.
Oh no, you can just
Yeah.
set up objective because you know how I was talking about for Clan Blitz, how there's two parts of getting the claims itself and a holding basket. I'm not going to say Rainmaker's the same thing, but when you're trying to break the checkpoint, it is. Because you have to make sure that's controlled first. And you want to know the really funny thing with Rainmaker? And I say this because Rainmaker is my favorite mode. Let me put it this way: in tournament, PS very rarely loses Rainmaker. In the way that we do that is so like Rain's all the way over here, right? We're getting up to here as soon as we can, and by the time Rain is here, we're trying to get to here. And it seems like that's such a silly thing because you can't guard Rainmaker. But realize if Rainmaker
No,
has a free run, they don't have to do anything. They can just move.
The crazy thing is, like, this school slowly become one of my better rain map. I literally the exact scenario you described in like what was it? It was like grand finals of like the UK Collegiate League.
Mhm.
We were against a team who like historically did domes me people on Scorch. I literally just did that, and we ended up pushing it to 1 and
Yeah.
winning the game.
But that's how Rainmaker works.
I was just like, okay, screw the pedestal. I'm just gonna go forward.
Yeah, but that's what you should do. Because in doing that, like if you get up to here before that, you can fight everything up to here. Because like it really just feels like here you're just trying to move because you don't know where you need to go. And this is where it's very valuable to go over map plans. Which again, I can help you there. I think it's more important to talk about this with your team.
Yeah.
Because I'm not your teammate. I don't need to know that. And again, keep in mind, I am saying with instinct, you should focus on your own lines and your own things first. But you should inform your team so they can help figure out lines that work with your instinct and help them logic their way through the game, if that makes sense. Because it shouldn't just be, oh well, this is what I'm doing. My team isn't gonna know. Like no, because for PS we would like every 2 or 3 months, we'd go over every single map and just talk about what our plans are for how we're moving in, how we're fighting, where are we wanting to go, where are we wanting to retake from, where are we wanting to defend from, all that stuff. And it's incredibly valuable because now your team knows and they don't have to think about it later. Anyways, I'm gonna try to not pause as
Yeah.
much, but you got a
It's
nerd of a
okay.
coach, so. Good. Please tell me you just rotate front. Good. Perfect. Yeah. No, like this is perfect. Like I want to point out, whenever it feels like whenever you just aren't worried about the idea of, oh well, if I die, I die. I can't do anything. You just dome the enemy team.
That tends to be the usual thing because, as I said, that's why I got so frustrated with that's why I've always been frustrated with whenever I have a coaching session. Is like the first thing it says, "Oh wow, your mechanics are really solid for your level." Thanks, I know. What can I do with that?
Yeah, no. It's really funny because with all my reviews, I don't care what your mechanics are at. I will acknowledge if they're good,
Exactly.
but I always will point out what you can do with them and what you can do when you have bad mechanics. Like, my mechanics have always been, like, the weakest on my team. Like, any team I played on, because I'm a shot caller. Like, they're traditionally weaker than most of my teammates. Which is fine. But it's always, what can I do about it? Holy, okay, yeah. I was expecting 10 to just
That's
get beamed
unfortunate.
there, I'm gonna be honest. But it's fine, like, I
I
also
was
want to
not
point out,
expecting them to be
you
behind me
died
there.
there, but look at how much space your team retains from you
Yeah,
dying.
they just
Because, like,
yeah, because
realize,
they
your team
all
had,
three of them
yeah, your team was in effective
went
white
for the
position,
shot.
and now it's just back to neutral. I do think you're giving up too much space, though. Because, like, if you notice, you got poked out once, and you're giving them so much space. Like, I know it might not happen, but could you imagine if a Via Bomb was dropped on your head now? If that happens, they
Oh
can
god.
literally rotate forward, pop back, and I don't think you can stop them in time. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
when they
terrible, just keep in mind with force. If you want to back up to get another position, that's fine. Make sure that your teammates can hold it. Because, like, where you were backing up, your teammates also weren't set up to hold a left ramp. Which I'm sure sounds odd, because it looks like it had, like, the briefest of glances, it looks like they're set up to hold. Because, like, oh, there's 2 people on the left, right? But there's nothing actually watching that far left side where Pen is. Not yet, because Sen's probably going on shield. And you're, like, at this moment, you don't have a confirm on if something's going to watch right side to keep S-Blast in check. Like, I'm going to open the graph. Yeah, like, I was going to say I'm going to open the graph because I think this confirms a push for them. Which, almost.
I think it's what's it? Because I end up.
Yeah, and, like, I will admit, nothing happens of it, but as you're playing versus faster and better teams, something will start to happen with it.
Yep.
Oh, you're just
I
going to pop
can't
reef,
believe they
aren't you?
didn't even notice me there. I don't have reef. I just.
Oh, I thought you had. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you did. It just
Well,
had you
I
playing.
remember
It
it was.
felt like you had a reef.
I remember what happened in this moment. I think what's it? Because I was like, okay, we're at 14. I should have been thinking more for the push, but I was just like, their win condition is just popping back, so I'm just gonna be a nuisance. I saw
No, I get you.
what was it? I dropped there. I saw the tent look to me, and I just told my team, kill the fucking ring. They don't have a bag.
I mean, it works. Yeah. But like, I also want to point out, cause like that is what you should be fishing for. Like that's literally perfect.
Yeah, but then that's just more just playing a bit too
It's fine.
back.
Like, okay, I want to point something out because I don't love how far back you're playing.
Mhm.
But I will acknowledge it's not a bad play because you have a lead, and at this point, you just have to hold a lead. And there's a few different ways you can play it. One is by just saying, "Hey, enemy team, we're just gonna scrap the entire time, so you're too busy to pick up rain." The other is, "Hey, we're just gonna set up stuff like defensively, so you can't do anything. And if you try to push, we're just gonna kill you." I don't love it personally, but that's I will admit that is my own personal tastes of the game and how I think people should play it. You know, like, the only reason I think I don't like it is you're giving them time to set up stuff like that stamp. Nice reef. Yeah, like it doesn't end up happening right there because you can kind of bleed the damage with a reef. Like, realize if something happened, like let's say they didn't die to your reef, if they kill you here, they have 2 specials coming into this push. Or they basically had 2 specials coming into the push because they had stamp. Like, it's not terrible, just when you're playing defensive, it gives them time to get resources. That's also why Rainmaker stalling can be incredibly harmful done wrong. Because yeah, like if you notice, you're kind of just playing stalling and you're giving them time to get resources. What the fuck is that back, Rainy? Sorry, I'm a V10 one trick. This is killing me. Because like their team should have just a Buyot up here instead. If they pop like also I'm gonna point out this scenario. Realize if they pop Buyot and we're holding Vac here, like if Brush pushes up with it, they're going to have basically 2 immortal players in a Vac, and you're fighting Brush S-Blast in a very narrow area.
Not ideal.
No, not at all. I'm sorry, I'm looking at that Vac. That hurts my soul. Like, I don't think you're gonna get punished for it because they really did just fuck up with that Vac. Nice getting in. I will say nice on just getting behind them and making sure they had to look at you. It really does just make it easier for your team to not lose here because of you doing that. Because, like, and I know I sound like a broken record, but you're really just playing a dangerous game by trying to play defense for a minute and a half. Because like, I'm gonna ask a very boring question, or I'm gonna ask an interesting question about rain stalling. Is Rainmaker stalling defensive or offensive?
It's yeah, it's technically now when like you'd think it would be defensive, but realistically, you're not trying to directly prevent them pushing. You're trying to just end the game there if
Yeah.
it's like near the last
Yeah,
few seconds.
it's
So it
saying,
is an offensive move.
yeah, we are saying we're going to make it literally impossible for you to push unless you are going to fight into us. Like,
Yeah.
it's just saying, unless you are willing to fight us, you're not going to do anything here. And I point that out because defensive play has its place, but defensive play is inherently risky. Which I'm sure sounds weird because everyone advocates for defensive play. Because defensive play is easy, and if it works, it's stronger than offensive play. Okay, no, that's not true. I think offensive play is stronger than defensive, but yeah, I'm sorry. Look at the scenario that you're in because of how defensive you were playing this. It's not gonna work because I'm gonna be honest. And then we just totally fucked up their specials. Like they totally fucked up when they did everything. But it very easily could have gone bad for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw an offer your way because I don't mind either way. Because we could go over one more good game, but I feel we've gone over most of the things. I think what might be more beneficial to you is, assuming you're okay with it, is having me play a few games and pointing out some stuff with how I'm playing and positioning and trying to work with. I'm not gonna say work with my instinct, but you'll definitely see me work with instinct because I try to play off of instinct about half the time. But also me trying to mimic how I think you want to play.
I wouldn't mind. I'd be
Okay.
really down to see that. Honestly, I feel like I've been struggling to find good like stuff to watch.
I get you. Where is? Also, I will hold up. Let me actually. So I'm trying to figure out order of operations because I need to release my Joy-Cons from the dock. Because I'm wanting to play split Joy-Con
One
because
thing
it's at my wrist.
I will say that is at the very least I'm like because the other day I was like trying to I found a video of like playing Dapples at a higher level and I was like wow they are going in way more than me. So like literally today in Open I was playing with the mindset of I'm just gonna go in, just trying to train myself to be more comfortable
I mean,
doing that.
it
So
works.
it's reassuring to know that it works.
Yeah, like I think with Dapple, like a big thing is offense just is important because like Dapple is almost inherently an offensive weapon. I say almost because it has like every weapon can be used defensively. But a lot of its strengths lie in I can kill you in somewhere between 15 and 12 frames. And I'm really hard to actually pin down. Also, the other thing I can do if you want, I can bounce around weapons in your weapon pool, or at least from what you put on the form. Because I'm
Yeah, I haven't
semi-comfortable with all the
actually.
dualies. What's up?
I was gonna say I haven't played the other dualies in like quite a while. I would say I've mostly been dappling. I want to get back into the others though. But equally, I think some of my weird habits also come from the other dually. Like my first dually main was Squelchers,
Yeah,
and then I went on to the aggressive ones because what was it? I'm pretty sure that the story is literally I was playing dually Squelchers. One of the teammates I was playing with wasn't happy with me like getting barely any kills, and they were like, play regular dually. And I was like, okay, fine. And then I went like 24 or something, and now I've been playing them since.
yeah. Also, I will acknowledge my mechanics going into this is going to be really weak. Like, I'm not at all warm to. Because I was
That's
literally,
fine.
I was just watching something, and then I saw your message, and I'm like, oh. Sorry again about that, but oh well.
It's fine, it happens.
Yeah. I also will acknowledge, like, going into this, I'm probably going to be rolling too much. So I will point that out. So it's like, don't just try to. I didn't want to. I was trying to adjust the wrist strap. I didn't want to say click.
Nice clip.
Okay. We have more bombs than them, so we should be able to get pop here. Cool. I'm gonna rotate this way because I just want to draw attention. I can take a wide line because I'm not afraid here. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold here. That's fine. Yeah, why can't me, buddy? Okay, my tracking was weird, but I almost killed them like instantly. So I'm gonna point out stuff that I was pointing out in the review, because like me pointing that out was like versus the end of that, if you just held turret, you would have basically had that. Oh, this is gonna suck. Good. Yes, Tyrell, I know you're here. I know you want me dead. That's fine. I'm just gonna have them chase me around. Yeah, that's fine. I'm probably gonna die, but if you notice, I'm going in and the enemy team hasn't been able to move yet, really. Ooh, I'm so fucked. Also, what did my Discord die?
But they didn't even. They still
Okay.
haven't grabbed.
Yeah, no, like, I've kind of made it so it's like almost unsafe for them to try to grab. Yeah, hide up. Well, come on. Okay. Or don't push into me. That's just as fine. No, fuck you. Fuck you.
Nice.
Okay, let me rotate this way. Oh, nothing's here yet? I honestly thought they'd be going towards where I was trying to fight.
I think they had to jump somewhere, I guess. But
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna go set up this push early. Anyway, hi enemy team, we're gonna make this really awkward for all of us. That's
For
fine.
everyone.
Look, that broke your brain. Like, that gives us a push. Oh, there's a beacon behind us. Shit. That's not gonna be a pleasant thing to fight. We just need to rotate forward. Yeah. I was debating if I wanted to watch that. Oh well. The benefit that you're gonna notice of me playing offense is I can just stop them before they can get a push going, though. Hi, Rella. I don't need to engage with you. That's fine. I don't even mind dying. My team's not getting into position to fight yet. Perfect. Thank you, teammates. Also, I do want to point something out because I'm playing H-Dive. H-Dive is not something that a lot of people play. Well, that's a rage quit, dude.
Already?
Yeah,
The game is very okay.
it might have just been a lag, but it's ATC nonetheless, and it's always funny to assume it's a rage quit.
True.
I'm not gonna get here fast enough from stuff to push. But I do want to talk about something just because I feel a lot of what we were talking about for most of the session, honestly, was kind of instinct and logic and how, like, in trying to work with it. Right now, I'm kind of playing mostly off of instinct. Like, I'm using logic of, okay, this is a key area to go. I know why it's a key area to go. And all of that, it's not pure instinct. But I'm playing H-Dive, which means I'm more or less playing at the same level of instinct that you were. And if you notice, the standard teammates are playing totally fine with me. Like, just trust your team will adapt to you with it. Don't be afraid to just play on instinct.
Yeah.
Which, again, I know I'm beating the dead horse, but the horse ain't dead enough, because if I have to talk about it with anyone, it just ain't dead enough. Drop. Aw, boo. I'm gonna rotate back.
Like,
I don't know why I have a bad feeling. Yep.
No, it was a shock. Yeah, no, I guess just I've been so anxious about. Oh god, this isn't my usual team. I need to be smarter for them. So just in case, when it's like, wait, just play how I usually play, and they'll get it.
Playing how you usually play will go a lot better than trying to adapt it on the fly. And I have nothing against adapting your play on the fly. Like, if you've seen me call it full tilt, you've seen me call it full throttle. You've heard me call. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them stay in that corner. They can run in that corner for all I care. Oh, I thought I saw a beacon there. Am I just blind? Oh. Oh well, I'm gonna just chillax here for a bit. I think that Brella rage quit. Oh no, they're spawning. They're just being slow. Also, if you have any questions with how I'm playing, please ask. Just as a heads up on that.
No, it's fine. It's strange. It's just like, what is it? I was watching it, and all I could think of is, this is just how I play when this is like how I do like to play. Just if it's a really good day.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's on mine. I'm just kind of playing with confidence and not trying to fight my instinct. Like, I will acknowledge I'm not playing at full. I'm not playing at full tilt. Or not full tilt, full throttle. Like I'm not playing at full speed, and I'm definitely not at full mental capacity because I'm trying to explain things. Because hi, welcome to coaching.
I think I check. Yeah, no, it's good.
But like still, like I feel confident enough with this. Honestly, I'll say if I
What
can.
kind of
What's up?
so like realistically, obviously, uh, I'm a dork. I've been like taking notes and stuff, but like realistically, if let's say like I wake up tomorrow and decide I want to like improve slash apply what we've talked about today, like what is I'm going into like an open or a scrim or whatever. What is the main thing like I should
Uh,
be not necessarily thinking, but you know like
think what I
because
would
we're
say-
talking
yeah,
so much about dealing like just trusting your instinct, but it's
the answer that I would give you is try to work on pushing yourself to the max speed you feel comfortable with in a little bit further in holding it. The reason I say that is you want to have something that you can focus on that isn't gameplay related or isn't directly gameplay related. So speed is, but it's not. Oh, you should be fighting here. You should be doing these things. It's just this is what I'm comfortable with, and slightly beyond it. So you you're trying to get yourself to a spot where you can't think about the game. And just trying to be comfortable at that point, if that makes any sense.
yeah.
Like, I think that would really be the big thing. Is the other thing I say is know what you enjoy and lean into that harder. Like I'm serious. It does work if your goal is trying to play on instinct. Is hey, what do I enjoy? Because now you can look at things later by yourself and say, oh, this is like I have the instinct to do this. Why do I have the instinct to do this? Well, I like doing these things, so I probably am having this thought because of this. Alright, fuck this. I'm gonna pick up the pace. That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna try to play this game actually. Like, I'm gonna be a bit more silent, but I'm gonna try to play it to where you can actually see my instincts. Because I'm talking and I'm very much so masking my intent. Because I'm not playing it full throttle, so I don't need to. I'm gonna be so fucked. Yeah. This game is probably not gonna be it because I'm trying to break apart the question and see if there's anything else I'd recommend. But I do want to try to get a game in where I can make it so you can see my intent, because I don't think there's enough content out there from people on. I'm gonna trust that they break that. Good. But I don't think there's enough content where people like show their intent and have people like intentionally trying to focus on it. Hi, enemies team. I'm gonna. Shit. Okay. I didn't need to roll there.
Oh.
I was overthinking because I was talking. I wanted to pop reef immediately and I just thought that. Oh, the other thing I'd say about instinct. Notice when you have a random gut feeling and just almost mark it down if that makes any sense. Because you'd be shocked how easy it is to remember what your instinct was when you're just paying attention to like what you're thinking or like what your gut feeling is. Like I can be totally honest, and I don't know how common or weird what I'm gonna say is, but like on my end, one of my tells for myself for like playing off of instinct is I'm talking when I'm playing at full speed for the record, but still like for myself in a competitive environment, I almost feel it in my shoulder that I should do a play. Why there? I couldn't tell you. It just is from me. For some people it's a gut feeling. I don't really have it, but I have something simple. Like, just pay attention to both what you're thinking in the moment, and like what were you thinking at the very first thought, or after a scenario. Like, what do you think you should have done there after it's played out, and just comment on it and try it again when you're in that scenario. Because sadly with this, there's no. It's not really an explosive change. I wish it was, but it's not really an explosive change. It's kind of just slow changes. Until it's okay. I'm playing more off of my instinct and not trying to fight. And not trying to, fight logic. That's what I was gonna say. And I was like, wait, no, that wasn't right. And no, it was. Also, if you have more questions about it, ask, because I can always ask Tormy or some other instinct players I know. Because I come from the downside of I didn't have that issue.
It's all good.
But yeah, like there's all sorts of things that you can do. Just kind of to say what is your capacity and what gets you to just focus where you can't think about things. Because like for me, some of how I like genuinely some of how I will play instinctually is I will just amp up how much I'm calling and how fast I'm playing. Like even when I'm playing casually, I'm calling it like how most people call in like tournaments.
I only do that if I'm in a VC with one of my friends who doesn't play Splatoon, I'll often just call just for fun because I think it's funny.
No, I get you.
Usually with my calls though, like what's it? I've been trying to be.
That
This is mainly just because like, whoa, wow. That's mainly just because like, I'm the captain of our uni team, but what's it? If I'm not like shot calling, which sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, which is kind of weird. But usually my callouts are a stream of consciousness. It is just
No, that's what you want.
what is in
That is
front of
literally
me.
what you want your calls to be.
It's like I'm fighting this guy. He's here. Okay, cool. I'm doing this now. Okay,
Oh,
we're
I'm
doing
so
this
fucked.
now. Yeah,
That's fine,
this-
Rook check.
cool.
Yeah,
Rook check.
I have some of my older VODs on my YouTube have me calling that way. It's way less mature than what it is now, of course, but oh, there's no way up there. Whatever. I'm just gonna get in real quick, and I'm just gonna make them look at me. I don't care if I die. Yeah. Cool. They're stuck on the right side, but like, look, my team is still holding that perfectly comfortably.
Free space.
Pretty much. That's fine. I'll take that trade. And I keep my QR for a bit. Sick.
Nice.
Because I'm running like 4 subs. It's just a quality of life thing.
I mean, what's it? My non.
Fuck you, enemy team.
my
Keeping it there.
my non Ninja Squid build is effed up with the QR. I've
No, I get it.
arguably too much of it.
I'm a mobility fiend, so I like my damn. Fair enough.
Aw.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like my 2 mains at swim speed. I'm gonna trust my instinct. My logic is saying I should go right side, but my instinct is saying to go left, so we're gonna follow that. I'm so pissed I didn't kill.
So yeah, you got one.
Yeah, but like they were
Thanks
on
for last
1
guy,
HP because
but-
the fall off. That's why I was pissed.
Oh, that's the guy. Fair enough.
I wasn't actually pissed. It's just sad.
I'm just
I also
like,
trust my
positive
instinct on
thinking.
this. I'm gonna just trust left. There we go. Brandon said we should be able to get a push going.
Um,
The dynamo has been the only thing on
I was gonna
that's
say
stopping us.
that Dynamo can do literally anything.
Yep, there's that wipe. Alright, I'm gonna follow my logic on this one now. Because my instinct is I should just go left. Wait, I can apply a little bit of logic because I know we kind of need something to make this push easier. I'm... Okay, almost. So I'm sure you can tell my aim is delayed by a second. Oh,
It's
I'm not
alright.
worried about it. Okay.
I wonder if I should try. I've never actually tried running swim like
It's not paintable?
like swim on that portal.
Oh, I might have fucked up. I might have, like, really fucked up. Thank you, team. Yeah, look. Please
It's
let me run
okay.
that. Why are we running it
Is
forward?
it? For every hard flank you do, there will be a hard flank that has that happen.
You've got to. I wanted to scoot back and I messed it up. Oh, we aren't watching rain. That's. Alright, I'm letting logic take over here.
Strikes come out.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay,
crazy.
that's fine. Yeah, I think after this game I will try to play just fully on instinct to make it a little easy to see some of it, because the benefit of like being able to review your own gameplay, I will acknowledge when I'm saying is something you have to do like after you've taken a day break or something. It can't be like any recent games, but you can be, or you should be able to look over your own gameplay and see what you're trying to do. Like seeing your intent is something that's possible. And I just point that out because I want to at least try to get a game so you can see what that looks like. Because I'm sure you can
I
see
wish
some
I
of my
had
intent,
still
but
had. I wish I still had some of the replays from when I freaking what was it? Like me playing with my uni team, because I feel like I play a lot different with them.
Makes sense.
It's annoying.
Just I can
But
only go off of
equally,
what you gave me.
what's it? Yeah. Should I find? See if I can find one of those for next time. Find out I had one. Well, I do have one on my freaking Switch, but update happened, so womp
Oh no!
womp.
I mean, it makes sense because like, yeah, transferring over out of Kuija is a little different from what I've heard.
Well, I mean, it's more just a case of like, we have the best backline in the UK on our team, so it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
it's a little different when I'm playing with them.
Just a little.
Well, it's just funny because it's like this freaking they're one of the most intelligent players, like period, and then the person that they've accidentally helped train up is the most instinctual gremlin possible.
I mean, the logical players do well when they're paired with instinct. Like, if
Yeah,
I
I guess
play
that's
at my
why
best,
it
I
works
need
so
to play
well.
with instinct players. Like, I'm not good if you try to pair me with a lot of logic players at the same time. Also, probably gonna be a bit more quiet trying to
It's okay, so.
down, just as a heads up, if I'm quiet, that's why. It's not a...
It's been a while since I've just like watched an Apple gameplay and I'm not playing. But it's interesting because I can tell that my instinct brain that I'm definitely an instinctual player because I'm just watching you do this and I just have the biggest goofiest smile on my face like I want to do this. This makes me happy.
Hi, fuck you, 52.
Like it's... yes.
Hi, please keep your eye on me. Don't worry about my teammates. Dude, boo, okay. That's fine, we get down to 30. We actually get further, don't we?
Oh. Wait.
Damn, okay.
Oh. Oh.
I was slow to process. That's fine.
I'm surprised someone was camping that. I guess they were were trying to pop the rain.
Damn, good shot, Charger. I was trying to beat the
Yeah,
52
really
out.
good shot.
That's not, like, look at my team. Like, we're so golden. Maybe.
Yeah, nice try,
That's fine.
Charger. Okay, trade, but fine.
I didn't need to trade. I kind of just panicked for seeing edit because I was like, I'm gonna die here if I don't move. Ah, boo. Okay, my tracking was weird. I do hope that you can
Nice
see my
try,
instinct
strike on
on
the
this
grind,
though,
though.
because
Oh yeah, no.
or like my intent as well, not just.
I'm trying to watch, and I'm both trying to watch, but also I'm trying to think like, just first thing that comes to my head, where do I go? What
Yeah.
is the line I would be doing? Like,
I'm just gonna make you be aware of me now. Have fun. Okay, I honestly thought that they were gonna chase me. No, fuck you, mate. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Ah, boo, I should have gotten a triple there. I think if I'm fully warm, I get a triple out of that. That's fine though. They're really hurting right now, so. Do I have enough time? Yes.
Considering they're firing Rainmaker pellets at that area, worried? Yes. Oh, my absolute favorite thing to see as a Dapple is the panicked run of a backline player.
Anyways, fuck you. Don't mind me, fuck you. Be gone. Yeah, wait, you can see I'm having fun here.
It's so fun. No, I get you. I'm having fun just watching, man.
Alright, time to do the boring thing. Dude, that 52 almost just wanted to die. I'm convinced they did.
They just accepted it, I guess.
Yeah. Wait, hold up, I need to... Sorry, I got sent a clip talking about VAC. I need to see this.
Oh god. Because literally the only thing I have out of my collegiate stuff is just random clips from me doing dumb stuff.
Hell yeah. Here, do you want to see me play a few games on other duels? Just to show just beyond just that?
Sure, honestly. The main other one I play is N-Parry.
Okay,
That's
perfect. I prefer N-Parry to Splat Duel, so...
Same!
Where,
I hate Splat Dueling. Well, not hate, I just
I
don't like
hate it. I just prefer N-Parry.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
I
I know
like
it has
the curving
a
bomb.
absolutely busted... Yeah, I was gonna say, I know Splat Dueling has a busted kit with Crab Suction Bomb. It just doesn't fit what I want to do with Dueling.
Yeah, I feel that. Also, I'm dying at the clip that I was fucking sent.
Oh god.
They were talking about a clip, and they just said, you didn't win the game, VAC lost the game, because the enemy team popped a VAC in a 1v, instead of Charger just gambling on a shot.
Oh no. It's been so long since I've played. Not so long. I played like a 8 the other day for fun.
Fair. Yeah, I will say as well, if you want to work on some stuff with Instinct, changing the weapon you're playing helps. And just come into it with a blank slate of, hey, what am I feeling? What do I want to do? And following that, because that's how you can train up, like, listening to your instinct.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of a random connection to make, but a connection is still a connection. I need to listen to this group more. Surely we're gonna go for pop, right? Good.
You say you have a well string?
Anyways, hi enemy team, fuck you. Yep, fuck you. Come on, push
Yes,
into
I
me.
love that move. That is
Push
my
into me.
favorite thing to do.
I don't even care that I didn't kill you. We're getting a
Aw.
check for free. We got check it for free in 30 seconds. I don't care. Like, this is good. They're
The
gonna be
best
hurting
move.
from this for the rest of the game. Like, I don't know why. I just have a hunch something drops soon. Yep. I almost killed it.
Right. That doesn't even matter because they've killed you instead of the rain.
Yep. Now they're in such a bad spot because if they kill Rain here, we're just gonna insta-break. Yeah, that's fine.
Well. Oh, okay. GG. Awesome game.
Also, I want to just point out, because what I did with SD is what I want you to do with Reef. Oh, get behind it and trap. Cause, like, I was more or less confirmed to die out of the... thought I was confirmed to die out of it. Like, you saw how they scattered. You saw that. Like,
Bugs when you lift a rock.
yeah. Like, yeah. I also love how I went 3-3, and my impact was way more than just 3-3.
He literally had one splashdown and basically won the game. Off
Yeah, no,
that.
literally the second that SD was popped, the game was over. It just was it was just taking a second to play out. Hopefully we get a longer game than that to actually show some stuff with like instinct on dualies to have to give you something to compare against. Because I don't know, I might be wrong, but I swear most dualies are so defensive, or not defensive, it's supportive. Which kind of makes me sad because dualie does not have to be a defense or a supportive weapon. This thing can fight to like house.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
This shit also has a 16 frame kill time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, in turret mode it has 16, which for context, that's not Nautilus kill time at max range. Like,
Wow.
well, no, that's not true. That's Nautilus kill time. Nautilus kill time at max range is 20 frames. Don't ask why I know that. I used to be a not one trick. I just know frame data. Because I also used to main spot. Oh my. I'm gonna disregard getting pop.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, I'm
not
just
sure.
Yeah, whatever. I'm already committed to left. That was a mistake. But yeah, my movement's weird. Look, whatever. You've got to be kidding me! My movement's fucked. Oh damn! Nice reach, Chief.
Oh.
Now, look at how much space we got off my death. I don't care.
Oh my god! Wow.
That didn't let me grab? No, fuck this. We're making you repop. That's what I thought I was gonna do when I jumped in. I was like, okay, I can accept that. Okay. Damn. I was too far away from the wall. I had an idea. This Nautilus is good. I respect the shit out of it. I might die for this.
Oh.
That's fine, I can take that thread. Oh, damn, okay. That's fine, yeah, I was like, we're getting something that I want out of that. Thank you. We have an SD, so we should get down to
And you
30.
died you died halfway through it, so you still keep some of your charge.
Hi, team, please look at me. Don't worry about the Rainmaker. Yep, don't worry about the Rainmaker. Let us get to 30 for free. I was also right on the money when saying 30. That's crazy. Fuck it. Yeah, come on. Let's look at the, let's yeah. Thank you. And now my team's back in mid for free. I know I could have arguably helped in mid, but my team can shark in mid now. Thank you. That's fine. Yeah, I want to point out we're gonna get wiped, but it's not gonna be a wipe.
Oh, these poor bows.
My aim is worse. Don't worry. They should have both been dead. My aim is just terrible. Also, I was kind of playing with my prey there. I'll be honest. Oh, I'm gonna regret that, considering I've got it. Shit. Oh, wait, no, Nautilus picked up. We're saved. We're saved. Yeah, we're saved. Okay. Why is my team playing so
Oh.
offensive? This is not a good situation to be in. Yeah, no, we're giving this up. Yeah, get on there. I need to remember when I'm fighting dualies, I shouldn't be in turret mode as much. It's fine. Good. Alright, we're gonna throw another gift up there with me. Or without.
Nice.
Damn, goddamn, just ow. Oh wait, Rain, you could have just booked it. Dude, you could have booked it. Okay, so if they just...
Hey.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna leave them to run that. Oh, we both had the exact same idea. I'll run that for like 3 points. I don't mind. Anyways, we're gonna do a stupid thing that I should never do under normal circumstances. And by that I mean I'm going to dive to make sure that my teammates can get in the mid safely. Yeah, that's fine. Look at my teammates now. Like, that poor Rainmaker. Okay. Oh, okay. That's fine. Also, I want to find something with sharking, because I'm not anti-sharking. If you want to shark, now is when you start to shark.
In the last 30 seconds.
Yeah. I just didn't want to there because I like sharking in the last 30 seconds. I find it too long. I will happily shark now. Sorry, I just want to point that out because I hate when people just give numbers because numbers. Oh, okay. I'm shocked Rain lived. Okay. Up to you. I think I'd like to have one more game on the reporting, and then I'll call that there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Genuinely, this has been like, what's it? This just was really productive in the sense of I feel like I find it kind of cracked
Hell yeah, glad to hear that.
what I feel like I've been missing.
I will admit that in me saying this, it's probably coming off a little egotistical, but it always makes me laugh and smile how almost every session I have with someone they say that. Just
I don't know. It's just again. I've been surrounded by freaking coaching. Not like necessarily but like ideas, and I've been trying to support people who are in a different system to mine, and I've been getting that feedback, and
no, I guess
it's it kind of just goes against what I want to do.
No, for me in coaching, I'm very much so. What do you want? How can I work around you? I'm not gonna try to feel like you should do what I want, because if I try to teach you how I play, no, you can steal things from how I play. Like you absolutely can and probably should steal some things from how I play, but you shouldn't copy how I play. My system would not work for you.
Exactly. But
which is totally fine.
I'm just looking at I'm just looking at what you're doing and taking note of what I think looks cool. And then I'm gonna just try.
It's one of the best things you can do. Like, genuinely, that's one of the best things you can do. Because, like, for instinct, because, like, there's some stuff that I am way more instinctual on, in general. If something looks cool, that is one of the easiest signs of, like, you should try it, because it'll make it easier to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I live there? I'm shocked. Hi, buddy. You're gonna try to drop on me. I don't know why, I have a feeling, yep. You know what, I'll take a look at that. And I parried leader shot, let's go. Yeah, come on, enemy team, I'm gonna make sure that you're on your toes. Come on, that's fine. Yeah, we got down to 23 and we're gonna break here. Why are we so afraid to push Rainmaker? What? It's 3 points. This group of players is confusing me. That's fine, we can push this like 2 points at a time. I so badly want to jump to that well string, but I think they'd get pissed. Yeah, I was gonna say I think they'd be pissed if I did, because they're in a really weird spot. It's fine. Go on. Go on. That's fine. Why is the Rainmaker so committed to dropping left? Sorry, the logical part of my brain is still very confused.
They can put it in a spot that's worse. Or I guess, or it could just work.
No, they're gonna get hit by a same throw. They're gonna get a same throw to the head. That's what's gonna happen. Case in point.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Anyways, I'm gonna be a bitch.
Yes!
Yeah? I'm just gonna burn time here. We have a lead. Like, I don't mind being cringe player. This is on you to figure out how to break enemy team. Wait, no, we have to push that up. Let me... That's fine. I think see there is premature, actually. Yeah, whatever. Oh, my team does not want to push. Okay, I understand now. I don't want to get hit by that, but that's fine. Holy shit, they wanted me dead. I just fast they threw a stamp at me. Thank you, stamp. I ran for no reason. Abu. Oh, the leader is unaware. They're so unaware. Yep, that's what I was waiting for. Okay, I can illustrate that. My brain's way too slow in processing right now, which is not great, but whatever. I'm so pissed. They bumped me off with a curling bump. Yes! Sorry, don't mind me. I really wanted to see if I could run that, and at the very least, it keeps them there for another minute, so... Don't mind me, I get very excited when I get away with bullshit like that.
I mean, the best case scenario is you just keep re-grabbing it to the point they're forced to take it. Oh my god.
Like that?
No, come on. Exactly. No, but watch this. Enemy team is now paranoid. They just grab it.
No, not yet.
Grab another reset. Come on. Not yet. No, they. Okay, yeah, there we go.
No, I was
Do
tempting
it.
it. You were correct on that read. I just don't. I was just like, not yet.
Oh, yeah.
No! I misread that. I could have I could have killed him so easily. Oh well.
You stalled like a whole minute. So.
Oh, that was 2 minutes. That was like a minute or a minute and a half, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go sack my life real quick to make sure that they don't feel comfortable doing anything. Yeah, I think that's fine. Look at, yeah, I think they just ruined their push. Oh, they have 20 seconds left, actually.
Hammer's
That's so
ready.
funny. They literally have 20 seconds left. Wouldn't it be a shame?
I think it matters. I think they're dead.
Abu. Okay.
Wow.
Is there anything else you want to throw into the recording?
The only thing I want to ask is, what's it? Because obviously Tower, Rain, and Clamps have quote-unquote moving objectives. How would I sort of take this sort of the sort of way you were playing and transfer that to zones?
So
Because
here's
zones
the
is like
thing
a
about
magnet
zones.
test. Obviously, go on.
So zones is based on holding. So the way that I play zones, look, if you want to mimic me, the goal is, I still wish that you read the, hold up, I need to go to, let's see.
I will add that to my homework.
I need to, I would heavily recommend reading the doc, because there's some stuff that would probably help you. I need to see if I have a zones game here somewhere, because I want to, okay. Here, give me a second to get back to my projector tab, because, like, I have a way to answer that, but I can't answer it without giving you a visual. Because I think if I said the perimeter, you would be confused. Okay, let me work with this. Okay. So for context, I'm going to break down how zones works, because it's the easiest way to do that. So for zones, you have the obvious thing of you have to hold the zone itself, right? You then have the area outside of that. And that's, I kind of just call that the hot zone. This is where the enemy team can impact zone. So like, if they're anywhere in this range, they can actually impact zone, right? And then you have the perimeter, which is one step beyond that. The perimeter is where the enemy team can use specials to get into the hot zone. So that goes all the way out to here.
Oh.
And that's not true, actually. There's almost 2 tiers of the perimeter, if I'm going to be honest with myself. I kept it as just 1, and I cut it early. This is like H-type perimeter. But let's ignore this part over here. This is how far I would play for H-dive, but your goal is to keep them out of the perimeter. So if you can keep them out of here, they have to use specials to get into to only get into the hot zone, but you can use specials to push them out from the zone. Ideal world is you hold here, because like what happens is, okay, they're gonna burn specials, cool, and now they're only now getting to here. Excuse me. And then they have to fight their way into the hot zone, and then they have to fight their way into zone, and then only then can they actually start scoring. When did this mark happen over here? What? I did not intentionally mark that. Like that's roughly where you'd want to hold. Like here, I actually think this game is like a decent showing if I remember correctly. Yeah, ignore that this is a 3v3. We were being a bit goofy last night. Yeah, this is the normal scrap that happens with two H-Dive teams, or two groups of H-Dive players. So I want to point out, do you see where Tormy Noir are?
Yeah.
The enemy team literally has to fight through them first before they can even think of getting to the zone. So they all die. But if you notice, they're only now getting to the hot zone, and I can defend this. Like I can defend them in zone. Do I? No, my aim is terrible, but I can. Like here, they end up committing into the perimeter, and if you notice, it's just a scrap fest. Because like once you're in the perimeter, it's really a question of who gets out first. And like here, they overcome it, knowing that I'm behind them. So now I'm in the hot zone. Like you can notice, it's kind of a back and forth because now we're playing a game like in between everywhere. Like this is just pure chaos at this point. Also known as my favorite kind of game. Like again, just normal scrap fest. This is just happening. Like if you notice, like during that scrap fest, it's not sure who's gonna end up with zone, and now we set up in the perimeter. So like, now we're set up in a spot where they have to fight through us first before they can even get into anywhere impactful for zone. So we have both of our ranges commit to the sploosh. The poor Stamper up at top, on top left, getting SD'd by me.
No.
And then I just quickly take the fight on. Like, if you notice how this hold is, it looks random, but there's also a decent bit of order to it. It's not just chaos. Anyways, sorry, that was a. I wanted to answer that, but I have to give you a visual with it. Like the answer I'd give is your goal if you're trying to play this way is you need to make it so they have to burn resources where instead of getting into a spot where they can paint, zone, or do anything, they have to use it to get back into the stage. So like I'll use Inkblot zones as an example, right? A lot of people when they're holding an Inkblot zone hold in the zone itself, right? Or right outside of the zone. So like under their plat and stuff. How you'd want to do it is you want to play on their plat. So if they're trying to get down, they have to burn specials to get their plat back, and they can't use those specials to get into zone instead. So more or less the way that I would play it is the game is how can we get them to burn resources so by the time that they're fighting zone, they don't have anything to be impactful on zone. If that makes any sense.
No. Whenever I'm quiet, just assume I'm typing it on as a bullet point.
Just for some people, silence is typing. For some people, silence is thinking. For some people, silence is what the fuck are you talking about, old man? Not actually. I can't even say that. I'm only 20. But
I keep finding myself throughout this whole session, I just kept nodding. I was like, they can't hear you. Why do I keep nodding? As if they can magically tell. But I get it.
Yeah. But no, like, hold up, is zone rotation? Because I actually wouldn't mind. It's not. That's how. When does it? No, it changes in a minute. No. You're not escaping yet.
No escape. Infinite coaching session. No, it's fine.
It's not
I'm so happy.
Also, this isn't even the longest coaching session I've had with someone.
What is the longest one you've
like
had?
3 or 4 hours. And that's for an individual. I think for a team, because something that I've done in the past for really long coaching for really long sessions is it does change at the hour, right? I think it does. I think that's with daylight.
I check Sendai.
I believe it changes.
Yeah. The bar on Sendo is empty. Yeah,
Okay,
and it's open. All of that is.
Honestly, if you
On
want
that
to for
rotation.
open, I am down to play with you because I always like playing with someone after to try to help implement things. I just keep that off
Oh,
the
yeah.
VOD.
I have a bit of time.
There we go. But yeah, no, I think my longest, like, because I've done like some team reviews into individual reviews, and I think the longest I've done is I got to 5 hours, like 4.5 to 5. Oh wait, hold up. Let me just. I'm just gonna hope that I get Hagglefish. I really am not in the mood to
I was
play
gonna say
Lumeria.
Taggle Lemuria.
Lumeria is not terrible. I'm just not a big Lumeria fan. Oh, I'm now realizing I'm not playing my Dapple gear, whatever. I still have swim speed. I have the fundamentals of my swim speed and stealth jump. I'm fine.
Thing is, I used to be neutral on Lemuria, but then in my X rank calcs, it was Clan Blitz. We were about to win the game, but my random teammate threw the Super Clam off the map and then did overtime early by accident, and I'm traumatized now. I don't know how that happened, but
Yeah, I don't hate Lumeria. I just find it's too large, and I really don't like Lumeria zone. Like, if I could actually enter their spawn on Lumeria zones, I'd love it. And yes, I know that there's a way I can enter their spawn, but I need to be a pro player if I'm getting into their spawn that way. Because for context, you can
I was
get
gonna
onto
say,
their
like,
sponge, and if they raise their sponge, you get into their spawn. I've done it before in games.
Oh, I see. I was gonna say because like I've never really thought about it, but yeah, like Lemuria zone, so including that, like the cutoff for how far you can go is not a
Yeah,
lot.
like if you could go further into their spawn, I get not all the way into their spawn, but like even one tier higher, I'd be happy with it. Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
I'm not too worried about it. I'm comfortable enough on the stage. Now, if my teammates are, is a different question, but I can't fight there. This Wig actually knows how to play Swig, and it's terrifying. Because for context, I don't think Swig, the way you want to play Swig is by spamming verticals. Oh, so I saw that. Random fall off for no reason? Aw. Let me into your base for no reason? Aw. I'm gonna try to bait them to drop. Yep. Hi, enemy team. That's fine. Yeah, I honestly might have to go until we get Hagglefish, because Lumeria is not a good stage to show this on. Like, I think you can see the hint of how I play it, because I'm very much so just... You're not ever allowed to set up fully. But I would like to show it on Hagglefish, because it's a lot easier to visualize. Shit. Yeah.
oh,
If you see me messing around with that sponge, I'm trying to get onto it. It's just not easy, really. Let me on fast enough. I messed up my swiddles. Whatever. That game was kind of depressing. I'm sorry.
so good. The sponge wasn't feeling it that day.
No, my squiddles were wrong. Also, just the enemy team was kind of depressing that game.
Oh yeah.
Because they really didn't put up much of a fight.
You're just gonna have games like that.
Yeah, I mean, I expect to get those games a lot considering how I naturally play, but like, it never feels good. Just because I'm expecting it doesn't mean it feels good. Yeah, 7 and 2. Yeah. I probably could have gotten higher, but the bid's worth it.
Rip that big swig.
Oh yeah, that. Oh wow. I feel bad for that Swig because they were absolutely doing the right thing at the start of the game. Because like literally, if Big Swig didn't, I think Swig threw a wall where they flipped one time too many. Because they should have killed me in that fight in that first fight with them. Sorry, I'm a Swig player. I believe in that shit. I just am not mechanically good enough to where I'd want it in my main pool. Because that thing is incredibly good, but also incredibly hard. Yeah, I think I'll try for one more at worst. We'll just try to do open together, and then yeah, okay.
Because
It's fine. It is definitely a curse because every time I do this in coaching, I want one stage, and it's like, no, we're not gonna give it to you.
we're not getting. We are never playing Hagglefish.
Also, there's a 25% chance for this to happen, so I'm not too. Come on, push into me. Yeah. You're not Slick Junior. You're just as predictable as every other junior. That didn't paint. Excuse me. Nah, fuck you. Fuck you in particular. I don't care if I die. Let's see. Let me get back in here. Ow, nice shot, Juice. I rolled it wrong, but I'm impressed by that splash. Also, I'm gonna find out what my Charger's doing now. That's how a lot of people play Luminaria from what I've noticed. Is just hold bridge. So look, it still shows up, but it's nowhere near as apparent as Hagglefish. Hi, Charger, I know you're afraid of me. I know you know I'm here, and I know you're afraid. I'm not gonna roll until you commit something. There we go. Yeah, look at my teammates in mid. That's what a lot of people do on the stage.
Holding the bridge for that, like, because they're worried about a drop into the right side, I assume.
Ah, fuck.
Because if you're on bridge,
I
you
rolled
can
away.
watch it, but...
Maybe. I don't know what it is. I think it's also just, it's safe.
Ah.
It feels safe, and you can hold zone. Because like, when a lot of people play for zone, it's how they play is almost a, how can I make sure that we don't lose zone? More so than a, how can we hold this for as long as possible? Random fall-off kill for no reason, but other than it'd be funny. Okay. Oh, that's not a good trade. Not with how my team's playing. That just processed in my brain. Never mind, Charger hit a good shot. That you've earned a BI, Charger. Hi, Yoder. That's fine. That keeps either and Splash out of commission for longer. Honestly, that's probably the best thing I could have gotten. Wait, yeah, if you notice, look at how far back my team is playing. It's very reactive gameplay. Yeah, come on. I read that correctly. I just didn't name right. I knew Splash was gonna commit. Oh well.
This leader thinks mines will deter you.
No, I think it's they're gonna be aware of me at least, and that's all they're hoping for.
Yeah, just... The
Ow,
mines
good
are
shot.
real. Oh, wow. Holy.
Nice, Stamper. Wait, let me in. No, okay. Oh, I'm so fucked. There we go. Anyways, Eliter, I know what you're going for now. I'm just gonna work around you. Damn! They've been hitting some good shots. I respect this Eliter. I won't respect them in game, but I can respect them as a player. I'm so pissed. I shouldn't have rolled there. That was on me. Okay. Yeah. So I was trying to get all the way under the grab, because they wouldn't have had an angle on me. I just goofed. I'm overcommitting my... Yeah, I'm making my intent way too clear right now. Shit. Sorry, I'm sure you can tell my aim is not... I'm not an Apple player.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think I'll try one more game. I know I said that this will be the last, but... it's...
It's so good.
Damn, weird. Yeah, I
Some
definitely need to go back to
wizardry.
just saying fuck the leader and playing the right side, but I don't trust my team. Because my team isn't holding zone enough. Okay, good. You're dying. No, you're not allowed to live there. So this will probably be a really good showing for how I... Yeah. Oh, okay, I was gonna say that didn't kill.
No.
No, that's fine. Like, look at the scenario we're in. It feels bad, but it's really good. Because only Splash is up right now, actually. Yeah, I just whiffed. Yeah. Like, unironically, I think if my charger wasn't as afraid there, that was an incredibly good situation. Because there was zero reason we should have lost zone there.
I was gonna say if the splash died there, you would have just kept it.
Yeah, which, that was on me. I can fully admit that as a player.
It's all good. That kind of stuff is just I'm already aware. Like you're gonna miss sometimes. It's
Yeah.
fine. That's just comes with playing the game.
No, absolutely. Also, I think it's all the more impressive to see how my game goes with my mechanics being this weak.
I was gonna say like you're still contributing so much.
Oh yeah, no, like literally, for how I play, if I'm ever in call with someone and I'm playing like and I'm comfortable playing with them, we can literally work like good lobbies in open. It's great. I've also been sent to the JP dimension a ton, and I can still just kind of 1v4.
I keep getting sent to the JP dimension because I'm
It's so
in the
good
UK.
though. Like
Like
being
it's
sent to the JP
closer
dimension
time
is
zone
good.
wise. I mean yeah.
Like it's just really good practice. But what I'm talking about with open is kind of internal powers. Because like whenever I play a lot with like Tormey, for example, we'll get like 2300-ish power, and we'll eventually just get sent to the JP dimension versus like high level JP, like mid or high level JP. It's very fun. Yeah, but we're gonna hope for Hagglefish now. Does the 50-50 land? Do we get the coin flip? Nope.
Oh my
Okay, yeah. I will call it
eternal
after this then.
Lemuria.
We're probably gonna get it this first game that we.
I was gonna say the second I join.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Ah, boo. Ah, boo, okay. I could've tracked that well. Eh. Oh, my team is playing so cowardly. Okay. I know the leader can hit good shots. I understand the leader, but the rest of our team, needless to say, don't have a ton of faith. That bucket's gonna die to a mine somehow. Okay, no, they played to heal. That's fine. Jump up, probably bridge it. I don't think they know I'm behind it yet. They don't. Yeah, nice falling into that butter. Nope. Fuck you. I tried. Okay. Let's do. I know something's under this ledge. Yeah, that's going Splash. That's fine. Splash just gave up bridge for that. Yeah. Yeah, Splash gave up bridge and I don't think they quite realized. Random storm kill. Abu. Okay. That happened too much, I thought. So I'm trying to figure out how to get back in, because my team is just not helping me on the stage. That's the one downside of the stage. Like, I know how to play the stage comfortably for myself, just not a lot of other people do. Or for how they want to play. I'm gonna go help them out left. Holy dude! That was a double from Zip, from like the Zip explosion. Ow! Damn, what? So I'm definitely starting to run out of steam because I was not not warming up early on. Really, this was screwing me over. I need to remember that for the future. Oh well. Nice going, team. Yeah. Also, being getting boring. Like, I know I'm dying a lot, but I also will point out. Notice how my team really doesn't have to worry about like the front being in like unknown scary thing. Now, goddamn. Yeah, no, my aim's just gone for right now. That's weird. Yeah. Like, it's giving my team time to actually respond to what's happening. That's kind of the benefit. Also, I feel that's another instance of playing instinctually. Your team will learn how to learn how to use that logic eventually to work with you. Also, if you want to join a pool early, I should be in the pool 10. So,
That's you.
cool. I read that right. I didn't want to roll. Enemy team, fuck you. No, fuck you. I should have rolled faster. I was definitely way too in my own head about that. Oh well. Yep, okay. I didn't think Buck was going to be watching me. I knew something was. I thought it was going to splash. There's no way you crab me, dude. Okay. I'm not gonna complain about them burning crab for me exclusively to me, but why? Yeah, that's him. Okay. If you want to make a room in the tent lobby and send an invite or tent pool, I can join in a second.
Yeah. Let me set up. My
Okay, let me
friends
do-
are online. Pass will just be all ones.
I don't even care if they join. They can join for all I care. Anything you want me to throw into the water? Am I good to kill here?
I can't think of anything. Just thank you.
Of course.